in planning of disease management, and also it helps in advising farmers. And it's very much for certification for export and movement of animals. Of late, suppose you want to export something to Southeast Asian countries, they dig out the data from OIE or NACA. NACA is also having the data. They will see, okay, this X species is going to be imported from India. What is its history, disease history? So they have all the data. If the importing advantages are more than the disadvantage, then only they will import. Okay, so surveillance data is very important for certification for export and movement of animals. Now, what is the status of surveillance of aquatic disease in India? I said only of late it's introduced in the last 10 years. ICR introduced it with the NFDB helping in 2014. 2014 is about 15 years initiation, involving 24 institutions of ICR and SAUs. Okay, NBFDR Lucknow is the nodal institution. Okay, it is not only because it's the beginning, it is surveillance one side, and also it is training the people, improving the manpower, and also creating the manpower, extra manpower. In compare with the animal husbandry, it is done by the animal husbandry department itself, not universities or ICR institutions. To begin with, ICR took this initiation only to be transferred to the fisheries departments later. Now, how it goes from the Department of Animal Husbandry and Fisheries in Delhi, it goes to the state level, state to the district level to the taluk level. It goes like that. From the taluk level, the fisheries personnel from the Department of Fisheries collect the data regularly and send it upwards. Okay, data moves up. So this is only a beginning in aquaculture and fisheries in India in the last 15 years. We'll go to the next one, please.
This is next one, quarantine.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing it.
Okay.
I don't see.
Oh, it will come.
Okay, let me check. Yes. Now, what is quarantine? Everyone is hearing about quarantine these days. Maintenance of a group of live aquatic animals in isolation with other animals for observing for a special length of time, remember, and if appropriate, for conducting test and treatment, diagnosis and treatment. It's quite clear. Now, when you are talking about international level or a national level, quarantine has pre-border, border, and post-border procedures. What procedure you follow inside here in our country, I mean, for COVID, that's different. But when you are importing an animal, it should follow all the quarantine procedures before export from that country. Then at the border, there are some procedures. They look at the all certification and all, and some may have some quarantine procedure at the border as well. And when it is moved inside the country after importing, then you'll have to follow all the quarantine measures. Okay. Now, quarantine is a must for transboundary trade regulation, be it an animal or a product. It's very important. Product, of course, it's the product. We don't subject to quarantine. But if it is known to carry a pathogen, then probably in due course, you don't know. At the moment, we don't have quarantine for products. Quarantine should have an isolated locality away from the town, away from the village, wherever river farming activity is, and should have separate facilities for that, means water, tanks, disinfection facilities. The water you're letting out should be disinfected, otherwise you are taking the pathogen to your environment. So there are nodal agencies for quarantine of aquatic animals in India, SEBA in Chennai and NBFDR in Lucknow for freshwater as well as brackish water, meeting the requirements. Next one, please.
So I have done health certification.
Yes, it's yet to appear in my screen. Not yet. Yes. Health certificate. It's a document issued by the central administration of exporting country attesting health status of the consignment. A valid, comprehensive, remember, it's a legal document. Health certification is a legal document for moving the animals, moving the product. A valid, comprehensive legal document for import as well as for the export. Health certification required for movement of stock and products and protection of the natural environment and fauna. With all this certification, quarantine, yesterday, who brought this? I think Dr. Hari Babu. Ballistic water is a source of pathogen. Can you believe it? Like, world over, if you are talking about the quarantine of the animals, I think Australia has a very strict guidelines. Australia and New Zealand. Very strict. Okay, so even ballistic water is not allowed to let out. Ballistic water can bring in a lot of parasites, virus, or bacteria. Okay, next one slide. Next slide, please.
Okay, sir, I've done. It may take some time.
Yeah. Next one is import risk assessment, IRA. This is also a strong component of the biosecurity system. What is IRA? A process by which hazards, usually pathogen, associated with the species are identified. The paths and likelihood of introduction and establishment with import are described and consequences are defined. There are IRA agencies. You say like you want to import a species, say Vanami from South America, you don't just let in. You ask the agency, there are international agencies, do the IRA for you. You tell them you want to import this species, can you do an IRA for us? They will go and study this and pathogen associated. If introduced to India, these pathogen, how well they might behave. All this information you get. Then one fine day, you look at the benefits and the risk. If the benefits are more than the risk, you are introducing. That's how the IRA is made use of. IRA has 4 components: hazard identification, risk assessment, risk management, and risk communication. Okay. Remember, import of a species always has some risk. Import decision with IRA will minimize risk of introduction of new species to a country. Risk of introduction of exotics between and within the region of a country. Like it not necessarily like you are importing a species. In a huge country like India, we have moved several from North India to South India, South India to North India. Is it permitted like? We don't know. The pathogens along with the host carried to those places and established. Okay, so IRA is necessary even to move species within a huge country like India and China. Now, the risk always includes not only your farm animals, risk to ecology. You have to look at the ecology. If that is like tilapia was introduced long ago without any guidelines. Now, what is the problem? Tilapia, it is there everywhere in India. Okay, so ecological consequence, you have to look at the ecological consequence. Species competition, someone has introduced piranha from Africa to India. What would be the consequence? In case of, in terms of competition, it's very risky. That was introduced clandestinely, it looks, piranha. Parasites and pathogens, all this have to be looked at while introducing a species. Next one, please. Next slide.
So done.
Yeah. Zoning. I think I have touched upon the zoning before. In simple, it's a program for delineating areas within a country rather than the entire country for safe movement of stock and trade. For example, some countries, let us say, put a ban on Indian import, saying that you have a pathogen, we don't want to import. Then If you have a solid data, surveillance data, you say such and parts of India have only that pathogen and rest of the regions are free, they are the green zone. And with the traceability, your product has a traceability. This product is from that region, we can export. Okay. So instead of blaming the whole country or looking at bad angle from a country, there are some green zones where trade and movement of animals can be affected. It's valid for India. The concept is for the last 50 years, as I said, we have introduced several exotics, some with the guidelines, some without, some are clandestine, and they have moved across carrying their pathogens with them. Now it is time to go for zoning. We don't know. They have moved across from north to south to north, east to west. Okay, virtually there is no regulation in movement of the fish and crustacean in the last 50 years. Now it is coming to a stage. Okay, so that's why zoning is very, very important. Next one, please.
Okay, sir, done.
Contingency measures. This is in simple a preparedness for handling sudden outbreak of a disease due to known or unknown pathogen. Last part, due to known pathogen or unknown pathogen, sudden outbreak of disease. A known pathogen is easy to handle. Emergency I'm talking about. Look at the COVID. To understand the virus, we need another 2 years easily. It's a new year. It's a new virus. Highly infectious, not with high fatality, but it can infect and it can be a headache to a country. Okay. So it's an unknown pathogen. We don't know its biology. We don't know its genetics, how it moves, and diagnostics, whatever it is, vaccine. It takes at least 2 to 3 years to get an idea about the COVID-19. But if it's a known one, it's easy to say, okay, we know the biology, you can take these measures. Okay, so there's a difference in emergency preparedness for a known virus and an unknown virus or a pathogen, be it a bacteria or even a parasite. Now, to contain the pathogen, we say emergency procedures like firefighting measures. Firefighting measures are planned in advance, like how we have to stop the movement of the pathogen by culling, ban on marketing, going for crop holiday, disinfection, eradication. These are the standard procedure you witness in animal husbandry, in poultry. Okay. Now, contingency planning, it's a very well planning system, planned during peacetime, not when the problem arises, you start planning. It is planned in advance, okay, prepared at peacetime. It's an agreed document with set of strategic operational procedure on the preparedness. It is like who will do what, where is the manpower in case emergency strikes. Do you have an adequate special fund for that? Reserve fund? What are the diagnostic procedures? Like we do have a very sensitive PCR for COVID, but can you use it for the whole population? You should have some other simple one, equally sensitive and cheaper for screening the population. So several type of, we say level 1, level 2, level 3 diagnostics. Okay, do you have diagnostics? And epidemiological experts and more politicians speak about COVID than the experts. That's the situation, part of the problem in India. And how many laboratories you have to cope up with diagnosis. So all these are prepared in advance, like Department of Animal Husbandry and Fisheries at Delhi invite people from at the state level, from director, deputy director, joint director, assistant director, superintendent of fisheries at the taluk level, and all of them are brought together, discuss how to go about the special fund for that, preparedness, manpower. It is decided in advance so that when the emergency strikes, we are ready. Okay, that's called contingency measures. Next one, please. Biosecurity of human from aquatic zoonosis, zoonotic diseases like 60% of the zoonosis is spread of aquatic disease to human or animals. And it's quite established, like in animal and human health, nearly 60% of the disease from animals spread to human beings. 60% zoonotic level. And it may be parasites, microbes, toxins from algae. As I said earlier, there are a good number of examples of zoonotic disease in aquatic animals. There are viral diseases, there are parasites, there are bacterial diseases from which can jump from aquatic animals to human beings. But the risk associated with aquatic animals is low for the reason the gap between the lower invertebrates or the lower vertebrates to mammals is too wide. They can't jump easily. A virus can jump easily from bat to human being, both are mammals. A virus can jump from birds to human being, poultry, H1N1, because the gap is not much. A virus to jump from fish to human being is too much. Although there are like Vibrio is zoonotic. It is there in shrimp and fish, and it can come to human being. Mycocystis, mycoplasma, or staphylococcus, streptococcus. All this can spread from fish to human beings, either through ingestion or with contact, aquarium fish contact. There are several diseases. Even with the latest one is handling tilapia somewhere in the west, imported from eastern countries. They have some ulcers, which is passed down from fish to human beings. Okay. And another plus point is in India, we have moved away from Stone Age. We don't eat, we always eat cooked meat, solid cooking. So most of the pathogens are destroyed. Even some Ciguatera, which is heat sensitive, get destroyed, not the cold sensitive one. Okay. So that way, although there are zoonotic disease examples, the risk is less compared to other higher animals to human beings. Next one, please. Welfare of fish in aquaculture and the biosecurity. In the beginning, I said welfare of the fish is very important in biosecurity. Now, fish are the most farmed vertebrate in the world. But unfortunately, they're not classified yet as animals. I don't know, those who have worked on fish, conducting some experiment, still we are very afraid to conduct experiment because it's not yet considered on par with other animals. You want to conduct an experiment these days on mice or rabbits or other higher animals, you have to get from, what is that department? I'm not getting like, earlier, Mrs. Menaka Gandhi was heading that, social justice, and there's one department. You have to take, there's a wing of that, you have to take a permission from them. Okay, for the fish at the moment, no, but in developed countries, it is considered as animal, you have to take permission. Now, biosecurity also includes overall welfare. Welfare has profound effect on health, survival, production, and product quality. A good welfare means less stress. Less stress means less susceptible to disease. Less susceptible to disease is less medication and treatment, good growth, productivity, and better quality product. Just go back and analyze. I think always good welfare helps a lot. Fish are sentient animals like other vertebrates. A lot of information is gathering now in the last 10, 15 years. It means they are self-aware, they feel pain, they stress, they have short and long memory, and with the pain, they always feel. Fish feel pain and crave for comfort from a doctor, particularly when you are rearing in high density. So that's a modern concept or thinking. Like in poultry, there is a regulation on welfare, product traceability. It is starting, and in few years, it has already started in the West. There are agencies who are keeping track of the welfare of the fish in farms. And when a customer wants to buy certain things, he wants to have a certificate on its welfare. Otherwise, you will not buy. Okay. So a good welfare is a must for biosecurity. In fact, that is the step one. So to have a very good fish doctor, one should have a fish knowledge in fish biology, aquaculture practice, immunology, microbiology, pathology, and of late we introduced pharmacology and aquatic medicine. Just recent one, I had an opportunity to serve as head in syllabus making in Delhi. We are introduced pharmacology, immunology, and aquatic medicine. This just a beginning to take care of the stock. Next slide, please. Now, I think this is the last but one. There are international agencies which helps in biosecurity. The first one is World Trade Organization, WTO. There is an act called SPS, Sanitation and Phytosanitation Act, to protect the member countries. What is it? Like a product or a product is coming to India from country X, let us say. And if that product has some pathogen which is dangerous to India, you can always block it under the WTO SPS Act. So that is to protect the members. That way, that's a part of the biosecurity measure. So in the past, we have invited, several disease pathogens in agriculture, animal husbandry, and of late in aquaculture. With the SPS Act, you can always prevent that. A very good biosecurity measure. Then the World Animal Health Organization, in short, OIE, France, and NACA, Bangkok, also help us in biosecurity by providing guidelines and scientific information on biosecurity, developing diagnostic procedures, I said, formula level 1, level 2, level 3 diagnostics, training and capacity building of member countries, risk assessment, disease emergency advice, and also on zoonosis. Next one, please. Next slide, please.
Sir, this is the next slide, sir. Take home message.
I think the last one, yes. The take home message is aquaculture is different. Our animals are different. It's a high risk industry. The growing aquaculture industry has large number of delicate animals of low immunity with high incidence of existing and emerging disease. Lack of preventive and treatment measures force us to avoid pathogen through biosecurity. Consider best health strategy for growth and future of aquaculture industry. Thank you. I'm done.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Now, was it audible well?
Yes, sir. It was wonderful, sir.
Because I came to my relative's place. His son is an engineer. I took his help because I didn't have some of the gadgets in my computer. Okay. If it's gone well, I am happy. Any questions, please? Dr. Haribabu, I am seeing him now.
Yes, sir. Good morning,
Dr.
sir.
Haribabu, it was a nice presentation yesterday. I enjoyed it. I always said Dr. Haribabu is a very good field scientist, unlike us.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. So really, sir. So thank you, sir.
Okay, any question, please?
I would request all the panelists to please start discussion. I would invite Dr. Haribabu, sir, to start with, sir.
Definitely, sir. Good morning, everyone in the group and including panelists. And it is a rare presentation, particularly this aspect is very fresh to the minds of aqua professional students of fisheries faculty, fisheries division, particularly at post-graduation level. And Dr. Shankar sir was very instrumental in introduction of pharmacology and aquaculture medicine way back in 2000 itself. He started doing the specialization, and in fact he made a group that time itself. So now my feeling is I request the opinion of Dr. Professor Shankar sir. We are a little lagging in making students more practically exposed to these all our whatever information you have shown us, that is not practiced at the practical level by the students at PG level and PhD level. Am I correct, sir? And we have to make little more efforts.
Yes.
Otherwise,
So it is just a beginning.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
all the stakeholders,
Yes.
awareness and their seriousness, it has to start now. I mean, it's a serious
Definitely.
business in animal husbandry, but ours it's introduced. Okay, hopefully the
No,
youngsters.
sir. Though you are retired, sir, your intervention is very much valuable in the days to come, at least another 5 years down the line. So that's my feeling. Thank you, sir. Nice
Hopefully.
presentation, sir. Right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Dr. Ashish sir, Dr. Murthy sir, anything?
Yeah. 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 Good afternoon, sir. Shankar sir. I'm Nasim
Hello,
Murthy.
hello, yes.
Yes. How are you, sir?
Aha, yeah, Nashimurthy.
Yes, sir. I'm in Mumbai CFT, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for a very informative talk. Sir, just I want to highlight 2 points. 50 years, I was working in Andhra Pradesh last 5 years in Mumbai. So I'm seeing aquaculture growth almost at least these 3 coastal areas. From last 1 year, almost 1 decade, we have a lot of issues with veterinary drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, veterinary drugs. Sir, is it due to overstocking or we are lack of quarantine system, that is inadequate quarantine system to import the good brooders, or maybe locally developed brooders some hatchery people are using? So we are not able to understand. Every month we'll get new problems. Now Surat, people are talking about white ficus syndrome. So that is many farmers are asking us what is the thing, how to control it, is there any biosecurity measures for that? So these are the few issues, sir. Please, if you can elaborate in that area, it will be.
Some of the things I think you'll have to take a bit of pillar, like
Yes, sir.
these are very delicate animals. You cannot certainly play the way we like. In nature, how they are living. Maybe you are 2 or 3 shrimp per square meter. What we are doing, 30, 40. Okay, of course, to be productive, we have to go to that scale. But still, these animals are not that equipped well to deal with this stress. We have to be very, very careful. At the same time, we don't have many drugs like in veterinary. We are just copying. I don't say it is using. Very often, it's abusing. Okay, although we have started work. Okay, so like antibiotics, many are banned, but they are entering the field in a different disguise. So a lot of things to be improved in agriculture industry. Of course, quarantine between the regions is very poor at the moment. I think, well, I was in Canada 30 years back as a PhD student. They used to have quarantine and health certification to move the stock from one state to another. Do we have that here? No, not yet. Okay, so we have to be very careful.
Yes, sir. I think Dr. make one of the recommendation. So from this biosecurity talk, so maybe with our whatever our Prime Minister is telling now, 20,000 crores they allotted for Matsya Sampada. With that, whether we can make adequate quarantine system and make some more stringent policy to sustainable aquaculture.
Yes, it is just the beginning. I think our quarantine facilities have to be improved and the number has to be improved. So it is just a beginning. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Naveen Kumar sir, anything from your side?
Sir, good morning, sir. Good morning, Shankar sir. Sir, there are a few points. So I picked around 5 questions from out of it. Around 40 or 50 questions are there. So I selected 5. There are some are interesting questions. The first question is that they asked that, see, we are having some corona issue in our India, and they have mentioned it as particular to some states like Andhra Pradesh and Gujarat. So whether it is going to affect upon the shrimp culture due to the corona?
What did you say? Corona?
This corona issue,
yeah.
So it is going to affect upon the shrimp culture with respect to the broodstock supply and also supply of the seed to the farmer. So if it
naturally, any event in India is affected by corona. Okay, and our shrimp culture or aquaculture is not different from that list. Okay, any activity, any activity.
Yes, sir. So continuation to that question. See, your question was that since the broodstock was not supplied after the March, so now the lockdown has been opened. So whether we are going to get a seed which is having a SPF, or whether we are going to get a like a black seed.
I think I will transfer this question to Dr. Haribabu. Where is he? He's still around.
Yeah, I'm here only, sir. How are you, Naveen? Nice
Yes,
to
sir,
see
fine,
you
sir.
after long
Oh,
back.
fine, sir. Fine, sir. Fine, sir.
Sir, permitting me, sir, to speak?
Yes, please.
Definitely, as there is Corona break, and because of that only, we are meeting on this virtual platform. Without Corona, this virtual platform meeting would not have been possible.
Yeah.
In a similar fashion, hatchery people are also trying their best to meet the supply. Definitely, there is a break, Naveen. Definitely,
Yes,
we have to bear the break, negative impact of break system. Maybe 2 months or 3 months, we don't know. This peak summer crop, first crop, you normally enjoy 100% stocking every year. That is in the month of February, March, we have 100%. Normally, we will have 100% stockings. That period coincided with the lockdown effect. So this year, around 30-40% production loss we are expecting already. And hatchery people are experiencing severe supply break of broodstock. But you pointed out, in the absence of broodstock supply, whether we are going to receive adulterated seed or something like that. Am I right, Naveen?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
From local broodstock or from local breeders. Definitely, how they are going to know without knowing the actual scenario, we cannot comment. But even hatchery people are also very sensible. They are making their sincere efforts to supply to the actual demand, and they are trying their best, because compared to previous years, hatchery association is very strong, and they are becoming more and answerable. And everywhere they are facing a screening test, and definitely I wish this break may not be more than 2 months. So we expect, and government, there is a lot of pressure on the government to permit them for importation as immediately as possible. All India Shrimp Hatchery Association people are already talking with the government of India. That's my knowledge, Dr. Naveen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, Shankar, sir, another question, sir.
That's fine. I would like to inform our group that Dr. Ravi Shankar sir has joined with us.
Yeah.
Most welcome, sir. Most welcome, sir. Kindly unmute yourself, please, sir. Okay.
Good morning to everybody. Sorry,
sir.
I joined late. I had another meeting. Okay.
Yeah. Welcome,
So
sir.
greetings from CIFT to everyone.
Awesome, sir. Thank you so
Hello.
much.
Join. I'll unmute. I'll join later. Okay, please. Yeah.
All right, sir. Okay. Dr. Patan, sir, anything from your side?
Haribabu, sir.
Sir, any question?
Patan, sir, tell me.
Haribabu, sir.
Yes.
A little bit I was associated with our surveillance program.
Yeah.
So while having a survey in Maharashtra,
Yeah.
we have been through some of the hatcheries where local broodstock, those people they are using for a seed production. As the MPD authority has also mentioned it. Now we also don't know what about the immune system and how much they are capable to survive in these conditions. So what exactly in our surveillance program we can do to rather educate the farmers of our area?
Somehow it's not clear for me, sir. I mean, could you repeat?
Voice is not clear.
Yeah.
Sir, some of the hatcheries in Maharashtra,
Yeah.
those people they are using the local broodstock only for seed production.
Okay.
The same seed has been distributed.
Yes.
And cultured in their area, cultured in majority of the areas where we are facing problem of disease.
Okay.
Now Corona has been added in. We are
Corona not for fish anyway.
no, these conditions have arisen.
Yeah.
Some reports we are getting from China also, tilapia, so many fishes, some problems are there. We are also unaware of the symptoms, how to check them, what precautions we have to take. So in such situations, what will you advise us how we should educate the farmers?
You should always use a healthy brood. Okay, you know the disease profile in a region. Suppose Indian major carbs, they have some disease. Avoid them. So also in shrimp brood, okay, or fish brood, any other fish. So selecting a brood is very important. Disease. Okay, that's the starting point. We don't know, many hatchery seeds, excess seeds are into reservoirs. Have you ever thought of the consequences? You are introducing new pathogens to the reservoir or ecosystem. So a lot of such things are going on, but we have to be very careful. We are taking it very casually, casual attitude. Okay.
Sure, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Right, sir. All right. Thank you. Sir, a few more questions from participant side I'll take. And
Okay.
actually, there are more than 40 questions. Those questions at a time we cannot take because time will not permit.
Yeah.
Still, a few sample questions we can take, sir, so that everyone will be having some good idea.
Yeah.
Dr. Sarvanan is asking why there is treatment and development of vaccine on Indian side are poor.
What is this? It's on a virus, you mean? COVID?
He's not very clear, but he's asking development of vaccine on Indian side, why they are poor. I mean, that means for shrimp farming only, shrimp disease.
It is something to do with the workers, scientists. If you are very active, you can initiate. Although we are lagging behind, we have a long way to go. But compare with scientists of the well-developed countries, how do they do? People are going for genetic DNA vaccination in fish, trying for that. Are we? There are many subunit vaccines. People are trying for fish. 30 years back, I'm talking about. Are we doing that? It's all how well you are, going in the field. It is possible. India is a place for working. You have so many animals around, so many problems. There's not much competition for working here. Certainly, it all depends on the state agriculture institutes, ICR. It can be it's out of topic. I still wonder, anyway, we are all scientists, why a PCR test for coronavirus should cost 4,500 rupees. I have been working on PCR and antibody-based tests for the last 30 years. For my PhD, I work on a RNA virus, PCR for a RNA virus 30 years back in Canada. And back in India, we are providing service for white spot virus. University is 300 rupees charge. Private labs, 500 rupees charge. Private is supported by MPDA. Why 4,500 rupees for a PCR? When the genome sequence is available, it's only your primer. Rest of the components are same in India or America or China, anywhere. Does it cost 4,500 rupees? What is going on? This is one, bugging me every day at home. 4,500 rupees, you could have done easily for 10 people, 10 tests instead of for one. I don't know. That's what I say. People are not serious. As a student, I developed an RT-PCR for RNA virus in just 1 month with my professor. Is it not possible for Indian scientists to come up with their own PCR? Anyway.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Another question is from Mr. Albin Sani. He's asking, in the intensive cage farming activities, especially in backwaters, the water quality is deteriorated due to high organic load, which may cause a disease outbreak. So how we can ensure biosecurity in cage farming? That is the question, sir.
In cage farming, accumulation of organic matter should not be a problem, but it has been a problem in countries like Vietnam and all, where you have a large number of cages where bottom is not washed out. Otherwise, in cage farming in other countries, particularly in country like India, it should not be a problem, organic matter accumulation. I don't think. But quarantine means you have to regulate the mesh size and all. You are certainly not supposed to let out the fish outside the cage. There are incidents of fish going out of the cage in some countries, but that's not good in the long run.
Okay, sir. Dr. Neetu Shahi from DCFR, she's asking, health certification is for import and export of fish. What about the movement of fish within India? Is there any regulation or certification?
To my knowledge, it's not, but it's better we impose that. It's very, very important because I have seen in Canada and US 30 years back, like fish to be, especially the young ones, to be transferred from one country to another between the states, it should have a certification. It should have diagnostics for known disease. Okay. It's high time we introduce that.
All right, sir. Another question is, what is the difference between biosafety and biosecurity? Is there any difference, sir?
Not much, not much. Biosafety, like handling chemicals and all, you are talking about an individual. What is the lab biosafety? Okay. People working with virus, what is the biosafety? Okay, biosecurity is something to do with the movement of the pathogens. Okay, preventing them.
All right, sir. Mr. Abhishek Bardhan is asking one question. We all speak about quarantine and seed certification. However, not all authorities are eligible to provide certificates. As a result, false certificates.
There's a break in the voice. There's a break in the voice. Can't.
All right. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. We all speak about quarantine and seed certification.
Yeah.
However, not all authorities are eligible to provide certificates. As a result,
not all
authorities, like there is no such authority, or
no.
Yeah, so there is false certificate.
Unfortunately, most of these are certified by veterinary officers. Unfortunately, they are not bothered about fisheries, nor they are having knowledge. It's only secondary for them. But unfortunately, in the British system, even it exists in other countries. I always tell people, like, tropical countries contribute 80% of the aquaculture production, fish production, right? So actually, the things have been moved here. It should be the fisheries personnel who should certify that, not the veterinarians. They don't know much about our aquaculture practice, nor our fish. Okay, it's only additional job which they don't care.
All right. All right, sir. Thank you. Another question is from Ms. Smriti Biswas, and this is like a general knowledge question. Most of the people are asking actually, does coronavirus, whether coronavirus is harmful for fishes and other aquatic organisms?
I don't think there is any record of corona in fish, to my knowledge.
Okay, sir. All right, sir. So that's it from her. And then another question is, does the use of immunostimulants for immune priming trained immunity of RNA interference and of endogenous viral elements really effective in controlling disease in shrimps?
There are incidences. There are records, data suggest that with immunostimulant, you can boost the non-specific immune system, which takes care of the virus as well. Okay, there are.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And finally, one more question. It is from a shrimp farmer, but then it's not relevant to this topic. Actually, he's asking about Pradhan Mantri, that PMSSY scheme. So anyway,
expert is there, Dr. Shadankar.
Yeah, he's there. He will ask. He will inform. Sir, another question is from Shubham Kumar Pradhan. He's asking, is there any possibilities of reverse zoonosis to fish? If yes, any reverse zoonosis, he's asking. And that question is taken up.
I have not heard about it. There are no record, it looks.
All right, sir.
That's a good question. But take it from me, pathogen jumping from fish to human being is not that easy, or the other way around. Okay, Between mammals, it is easier. Between birds and mammals, it's easier. But when the gap is too much in the evolutionary ladder, I don't think you have such problems.
Okay, and it is from Miss Anna. What is the scope of bacteriophage to take over antibiotics in aquaculture?
Use of bacteriophage, I think there are some promise people started working. In fact, use of bacteriophage for human health management has a Russian background. Like a lot of work was there, and it is possible. People have identified isolated bacteriophage for controlling uh, bacteria. I'm not getting the example, but right in India, there are 2-3 examples of isolating bacteriophage for it. But I even evaluated a project from DBT. What is that one? DBT. There's some special project in DBT. Someone wants to work on aquaculture. I forgot. There is possibility.
Okay, sir. Okay, fine. And final question that is from Prabjit Singh. So what about the efficacy? What about the efficacy of probiotics and other medicines in market? Are you available?
Probiotic in?
Yeah. What about the efficacy of probiotics and other medicines in market?
Like basically probiotics work well, but provided they are from your waters, your soil. We cannot imported ones. And again, most of the probiotics, they should have a capacity to get revived in the animal system.
Sir, actually, he's asking in terms of we should have some mechanism to test and validate these products.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there are more products than the work. Okay, that's the problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, sir.
Right.
And that's it. There are so many more questions, but then I'll copy them from here and I'll send emails in the form of email to you. Similarly, I already have sent questions to Dr. Shitankar sir.
Yes,
and Dr.
received.
Sir today morning itself. And once I receive, they can also directly respond to the people who have asked questions, because I'm sending them questions along with the emails of those people.
Fine.
So I'll do that. Once again, sir, thank you so much. It was a wonderful session. And actually, I'm not a perfect person to describe in a short like how your lecture was. It was really beyond excellence, and there is no doubt about that, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sharing your.
Thank you. Nice to interact with you people. We are so far, but yet we are near. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Okay, right.
Thank you, sir.
Dr. Ravi Shankar.
So we have yes.
Yes.
Sir is saying something.
I don't know, sir. Good morning, and definitely, see my teacher webinar, sharing the DIAS platform with you. It's a great privilege for me, being a student of yours from the college. And it is, of course, I'm sorry I could not hear to your full lecture because I was in another budget meeting is going on. So I just quit from there and I've joined here. It's definitely a privilege to see you, sir. And I am proud that, that we are your student. I'm sure definitely the whoever has heard your talk, definitely they would have got enriched, enlightened. And I don't know whether you'll continue, sir, but anyway, I mean, taking off from you, it's going to be tough for me. So that's what I'm just thinking.
Right. Okay. Right.
So please take care, sir. Take care.
Okay. Right.
Okay. So we have Dr. Ravi Shankar. I will request all the dignitaries, all the reputed panel members to please keep your mic mute so that Dr. Ravi Shankar sir will be definitely will be able to hear him clearly.
Next session
Wait, please give me 2 minutes, sir.
think Sajid, you can unmute everybody, okay? And unmute only me. That will be better. Yeah.
All right, sir. All right, sir.
Okay.
Just a minute, sir.
Yeah.
Please wait. So okay, well, Dr. Ravishankar sir,
Yeah.
can I try to introduce you or?
No, not required. Not required.
You
Just
know,
I'll start off. There's no need of any introduction. No formality, please. Yeah.
Anyway, sir, let me just speak word. Let's have Dr. Ravishankar sir, Director, Central Institute of Fisheries
Enough.
Technology, Kochi from us. He's my teacher also during my BFSC days, and he's one of the most perfect gentlemen we have around with us. Please welcome Dr. Ravishankar sir. Thank you, sir. Please.
Okay. Good afternoon to everybody. Hope I'm audible to everyone. I think everybody is muted, maybe. First of all, let me, first thank the organizers, especially Dr. Desai Sahab and Sajid for inviting CAFT to be part of this. And let me compliment all of you for taking this initiative, because when we are not able to go and meet people through this, the digital platform, sharing our experience, sharing knowledge. I'm not going to teach you anything, something new today. Okay. I'm not going to say something which you are not aware. Sharing just little experience we have been learning, picking up through our journey. And also, we know there are difficult times ahead behind the COVID. So, first of all, let me thank Dr. Desai, the Honorable Vice Chancellor. Yesterday, I was listening to the registrar. He picked up, he flagged many good issues about the fishery sector. So that was really nice to hear to registrar yesterday. Once again, thanks to Sajid and for inviting CAFT to be part of this. And I see a lot of familiar faces. Okay. And when I say Veraval College, a lot of, fondful memories I have. And I have a lot of affection for the college because we started my journey in Veraval long back. Okay, I'm talking of 93 to 98. I was in Veraval. I know the Fisheries College, the first batch, second batch. I still know all the names of those two batches. Okay, I can name everyone. So that is the attachment I have for the college. And I know they're all very successful. I can see many of them here. So that way, it is an attachment that I wanted to come and share this today. So when Sajid called me, even though our presentations are going on, I thought it is an opportunity to come and meet all of you. And also maybe for maybe some of the things what I'm going to present, maybe already like Murthy, I can see my own colleague Jai is there, Murthy is there, Balange. They have been hearing to me talking in several platforms. So I can't talk something new. Okay. So something there'll be definitely repetition for them. But just maybe there'll be a lot of new students coming in. So I thought let us share what, in the little time. Maybe I'll take some time also. So that's what I just wanted to say. And talking about Corona before I start my presentation, see, in the seafood industry, when we are talking of all this sanitation, hygiene, wearing a mask, wearing gloves, these are all part of our system already, right? Maybe we don't have all this in place on board, right? So maybe handling on board is still, we need to improve. Improvement required in the landing centers. Maybe some areas, some places we have this. When we talk of Corona, what are the things? We are talking of maintaining sanitation, hygiene, personal cleanliness. Okay, all these things have to be implemented. Okay, to ensure that safe, quality food is reaching the consumers. At the same time, another thing we felt was lockdown. We are at home. What we were really requiring, we were more requiring a ready to eat, ready to cook, ready to fry, such sort of products, because we can't go. Fishing was banned. We can't go to the market to get the fresh fish. So people would have been happy if there was a ready to serve product. So that way, the technology of processing preservation will definitely play a vital role. Okay, so that we have a more safe, hygienic product for us to consume. So that is all I want to talk about corona as such. So let us now discuss something about, I'll start my presentation. Okay. So maybe we'll discuss. I'm not saying I'll take question answers. A lot of people are there with so much of experience. So they will all be, joining it. Let it be more of an interactive session. So I'll just start my presentation. I think, Sajid, you have to enable me to share the screen. I think it says the host has disabled the sharing.
I have done, sir.
Yeah. Can everyone see my slides?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Sajid, you can respond.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
right? Yeah, yeah. So let me start going through. Okay, maybe have a very elaborate presentation. Let me try to restrict my time. Okay, yeah. See, when we are, I thought I'll talk about some of the general things about the sector. When I say it will be mostly the post-harvest, we are talking. I'll also share some of the emerging trends. Maybe there is a cost of repetition to few, but I thought let me share few of the technologies which are emerging, which are going to be the future, and some of the new packaging technologies we can easily adopt. And also, when we are talking of fish, we are not giving respect to the rest raw materials. There is a huge rest raw materials. Percentage of really 50-60% is simply we are discarding. Okay, we call them as waste. I think we should not call it as waste. So we should give more respect to that, because you can have more value from this rest raw materials than from the actual the product, the meat. So, and also I thought I'll touch few lines about the how we can help in the business. I'm not going to talk more about it because on 3rd or 5th, I think CPET is organizing another webinar where I'll be talking mostly on entrepreneurship development in fisheries sector in technology. So if some of you maybe join on that CPET as a webinar, so that I will talk more on business development, incubation, all those things I'll be touching on that day. Maybe it's on 5th, I suppose. I'll share that to Sajid so that he can share with others. See, when we are talking of exploding population, more than 7 billion, we are talking of addressing the food security and the nutritional security. Okay, when we talk of this, the security problem of the, we see so much of malnutrition, undernutrition. So then what happens? The health, the nutrition, and convenience are the major factors. We are talking of health, we are talking of nutrition, we are talking of convenience. Giving a convenient product to the consumers. That case, the aquatic products are going to play a major role. I'm sure all of you will agree, because compared to all other foods, what is going to happen is the aquatic products definitely will get address the both the food security as well as the nutritional security. So when we are talking of aquatic products, what we need to do is product diversification. We need to add value. We need to improve the exports and all. And yesterday the registrar was mentioning about the post harvest losses. See, that's a really too much of a problem. We talk about 15%, 20%. So all this has to be reduced. Whatever we see at the same time, one time we are telling we are able to we should conserve our resources. We are overfishing, but whatever we are catching, that we are not able to utilize properly. So the best way is utilize whatever we are caught. Okay, whatever we are catching. So that way, the reducing the post harvest losses, utilizing the everything. So that is what is required. Fish is like a kalpavruksha. Every part is useful. Okay. So, and at the same time, consumers, when you're talking of COVID, they prefer to have a more convenient product which is safe to them, which is having high quality. And again, minimal processing we are trying to address. Okay. Because when we do too much of processing, again, there can be loss of nutrients, the vital vitamins and all that. So, and why fish is highly perishable and not like other food commodities. So we need to address all the intrinsic, eccentric factors. So that's where we need to have a proper processing and packaging technology. That's what I'm going to talk something about it today. You see the consumption. If you see the contribution of fish, you see where India stands. Less than 2 grams. You see the other countries. I'm just sharing how fish is playing the role of in the animal protein supply in the country. You see the worldwide. So we have a long way to go, my friends. Okay. So that's what we need to address. If you really see, fish is gaining importance, definitely. If you see, only earlier it was only in the coastal regions. Now, if you see interior states like Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, they're all coming in a big way. So we need to address this issue. And you see how India eats. You see, only the coastal region you can see more of a non-vegetarian population. And still, there are a lot of people who are still vegetarians. And one more thing I would like to tell you. This actually says non-vegetarian. Non-vegetarian doesn't mean that they eat fish. If you go to many parts of the country, they are non-vegetarians, but the fish is not in their first priority, except in coastal regions. So that we need to improve. We need to tell them fish is more nutritious. Fish is more, fish is more of a medicine now. Okay, it is not rather than a food. It is more of a medicine because everything gives you a lot of energy, medicinal property, pharmaceutical, nutraceutical. So that's what I think. This is a very, very serious issue we need to address. And again, you see fish consumption, if you see across the country, even though 60% of the people eat fish, but it's scattered everywhere. You see the top fish producers, Gujarat, Kerala, but the consumers, you see, again, only West Bengal and Kerala are figuring. But if you see the producers need not be consumers. But why I'm trying to advocate fish? See, you see how they campaigned egg. It's such a beautiful campaign it was. Okay. Sunday or yeah, Monday, her roja, cow ande. See, I think fish is somewhere we have to lift it to that. Okay. Then only we can address the issue of malnutrition, undernutrition, giving a protein, protein to the, consumers. And we were just trying to see, there's a lot of debate on the consumption pattern. If you see FAO, it says 6.6 kg. If you see Sophia, it's again 5 to 10 kg. You see the world average. But where we see, India is very, very far below the consumption pattern. We tried to simply take, it's around 6. That is actually if you take national population as such. But if you take the non-vegetarian population, assuming around 70% eat fish, non-vegetarian, it is around 12 kilo. Still, it needs a lot of improvement. And when you're talking of the fish worldwide, you see the consumption, utilization, how it happens. You see the developing countries, we are still depending on a lot of live or the fresh or chilled farm. But if you go to the developed countries, they're more of a processed and preserved. I don't mean to say that you should go for processed products, but it should be hygienically available. It should be safe. We were thinking fish is always safe, but nowadays you see a lot of concerns about adulterants. Okay, you talk about formaldehyde, you talk about ammonia. There are so many things coming up. You address one issue, now people are telling, sodium benzoate. People are talking hydrogen peroxide. So many things are coming in. You address one, and then the trade will find something else. Okay, so I think these are all the issues in joining hands with the food safety department we need to address. And what happens to the Indian fish? Whatever is produced, see, you see, majority goes to domestic production. You see the amount of percentage of post-harvest loss. I think that is where we need to address. And again, going to the reduction purposes, okay, we are giving impetus to aquaculture. We need fish meal for feed, but at the same time, we can't be diverting or downgrading a high value fish into this. And because of this, people are trying to catch all the juveniles. Okay, that we are actually harming the next generation. The stock is getting affected. I think all these are a very, it's a very vicious circle. Okay, I think we need to address all this. And when I'm talking fish, I told you fish is highly perishable. It can get spoiled very, very fast. You see, there can be external conditions like humidity, temperature, a lot of things, light, all these get affected. And intrinsic qualities, because it is rich in protein, it is rich in moisture, it is rich in fat, that also gets affected. In addition to that, we have a lot of, I think Dr. Shankar was talking about viruses, pathogens, a lot of new pathogens are coming. When we were studying, it was hardly only Salmonella and BC we were talking. Now you see how many pathogens we are addressing. And now another alarming situation is all the aquatic water bodies are getting polluted. It is not just the industrial pollution. It is not just the insecticides, pesticides which are using in agriculture. The hospital waste. It is creating a huge alarm. I'm going to tell you, this antimicrobial resistance is going to be a huge problem in the future. All this hospital waste, all these things are getting into the aquatic water body. They are getting into the food system. And we are developing resistance of all this. So where, no antibiotic will help you. So these are all very, very serious concerns in the future. So to address this, we need to process, we need to preserve, okay, we need to pack them properly. So why we need to do that? We need to minimize the loss, we need to reduce the wastage, and we need to meet the consumer preference, whatever consumer wants. We need to develop products for that, and we need to extend the shelf life. If the fish, you say it is only 1 hour you can keep, and how it can be transported to interior, okay? It cannot be simply restricted to the coastal or where it is produced. So we need to transport it. So to extend the shelf life for longer duration and supplying the safe food, and by adding value, by adding convenient, end of the day it is all giving, improving the business. Our exports can go up. So all these are, the requirement of this. So when I'm talking of preservation and packaging, you can divide into thermal and non-thermal, okay? Whatever conventionally we are talking of chilling, freezing, they're all into non-thermal processing where we are not applying heat. It can be pulse electric field, it can be pulse light, it can be ultrasound. There are so many advanced technologies coming up. If you see thermal processing where you are applying heat, it can be canning, it can be frying, it can be microwave, a lot of technologies. But we need to see that every technology cannot be suitable for any product. We need to optimize the processing condition. We need to know what is our requirement. So depending on that, any technology will have its own advantages and disadvantages. So we need to see, we need to optimize the process. So that's what is the challenge for all the technologies to ensure the safe food to the consumers. Just introducing few of the topics. I'll not take much time on this. You see high pressure. When I'm talking high pressure, it is simply application of high pressure. What we are talking, if you go to a 60-kilometer depth into the ocean bottom, what can be the pressure? That's what we are applying. You see the pressure, what we are talking, 87,000 psi. The pressure in the autoclave we do for microbiological, it is only 15 psi. Okay. You see the pressure, what we are talking. So when we apply pressure throughout, what happens? You see, it can be simply, normally the principle is you apply pressure to a system. Either you have a liquid solution, you have a product surrounded by a liquid, either you push it and increase the pressure, or you pump some more liquid into that and increase the pressure. So normally the high pressure machines are vertical and horizontal. We are also working on that. Friends, I'll tell you, this is one of the future technology, because we are getting a lot of requests from the juice manufacturer, the pulp manufacturers. We know that this is a non-thermal technology, but now the impediment is the machinery is very expensive. Maybe it will take some time. Okay, maybe the indigenous manufacturers can come up and develop. Actually, IITs and we were actually working with them. So if we can develop a cost-effective indigenous machinery, this can be very, very useful technology. You know how? This will give you greater quality. It will ensure safety. It will give you more. And many countries like Canada, advanced countries, they're already using this. Okay, especially for the liquid foods and all that, they're already implementing. And one area, it's environmental friendly, and it will preserve all the nutrients. And you can see the share of this HPP products in the market. So majority of even seafoods are taking 15%. And one application would be, all your crustaceans and mussels, especially the clams and other things. For shucking, we are using heat processing. That actually, spoiling the whole quality, the texture, all the nutrients are lost. If we can advocate high pressure, that will be definitely a future prospect. You see a lot of commercial products of high pressure processing. So this is one future technology. And when I'm talking high pressure for product development, just 1 second, this screen is actually, okay, can hear everybody here? Okay. So now you can see high pressure can be used for both for freezing as well as for thawing. See, when we talk of freezing, we talk about quick freezing. Why? Because we want to reduce the ice crystal formation to the minimum size. When you have slow freezing, ice crystal formation is bigger, so that will affect the quality. So we talk of quick freezing. But if you are assisting with the high pressure with freezing, you can reduce the liquid state can be. So this is a very, very good technology. When you have a machine of this, you can use it for preservation as well as it can be used for freezing and thawing. My friends, thawing majority we are actually doing in a running water or we are applying heat. Again, it will have deleterious effect on the quality of the product. So high pressure can be used both for preservating as well as for freezing and thawing. So this is one good technology. And you're talking of pulse electric field. Again, where we are applying a high voltage pulses to the food placed between two electrodes. We are talking of 10 to 80 kilovolts per centimeter. commercial machines are available. Actually, we are now going to take up this technology. We are already working on high pressure and pulse light. So this actually we are taking up from this financial year. Okay. So, and also DFRL has already done some work on this for some defense ration and other things. This is another good technology which we can think of, pulse electric field. Okay. And when only problem right now is, the actually application for the liquid foods. Maybe, we can talk of some liquid soups or, the fish soup, maybe in some other forms, maybe we should do optimization. And pulse light, we have been working on that. Only the problem is with this is, actually it is basically an innovative technology where we are applying intense and short duration pulses of broad spectrum white light. Just like a flash of a camera. Okay. When you flash it, that will affect the bacteria. Okay. And that will improve the shelf life. There's all the, technologies for extending the shelf life, for reducing the bacterial spoilage. Okay. This only problem is, again, the limitation is the penetration power. Okay. So if you have a bulk packaging, this may not be a very, very useful technology. But these are all the future technologies which I'm just trying to introduce to you. Okay. This is a machine. It will affect the, microbiome by the way of photolysis, destruction of nucleic acid. This is actually a semi-lab technology, but commercial technologies are available. Only problem is we need to optimize, the cost has to come down. So then only this will be more economically viable to the industry. Then microwave, microwave is being only limited to the warming of our food, but it has got tremendous applications, I'll tell you. Less startup time, faster heating, very efficient. And, we can have, definitely this can have a lot of applications in fisheries, where we are doing the blanching, we are giving a lot of importance for the shrimp processing. Blanching we are using, there if we can advocate microwave, nothing like that, I'll tell you, where we are actually converting the electron energy into magnetrons. You can see the applications. It can be used in thawing, tempering, cooking, pasteurization, sterilization, drying, rendering, convenience foods. All this can be done. Of course, a lot of factors will affect this, but applications are plenty when you're talking to seafoods. And freeze drying has been a very good technology. Why again it is not taken off? Only few people are doing, because again it is very cost effective. Okay, the machinery is very, very expensive. But if you can integrate microwave with freeze drying, that has got another advantage of this. So already, 4 companies in India are doing. They're very, actually now, other day, the minister Giriraj Singh Sahab has called Dr. Ayyappan sir, it seems. So other day he called me that minister is interested in, promoting by freeze drying. So we have given a write up to the minister. So probably maybe the government is thinking of introducing this, because, it's a very, very convenient product. Maybe initial expenditure is more, but if government is going to set up, what we advocated was like, how we have irradiation facility. A common facility can be set up by the government so that the industry can make use of this. They can bring out a lot of convenience product, especially freeze-dried products. So this is another technology. Microwave can be used. And I'm talking of ohmic heating. Again, we are applying the heat between the 2 electrodes. This has got a lot of advantages. You can see here. Again, we can use it in cooking, blanching. We can do for evaporation techniques. When I'm talking of high value products from the waste, all these, some of the evaporation, all those things will be very useful. So thawing, a lot of advantages of ohmic heating. Then ultrasound, okay, ultrasonic preservation. We have been talking only this in diagnostic purpose. Actually, in diagnostic, you can see they use high frequency, low energy ultrasound. Whereas in food processing, what we need is low frequency, high energy. Okay, you can see a lot of applications can be done. So this is another technology which has been already worldwide used. So that also we should start using this. And you see the applications: extraction, emulsification, fermentation, microbial inactivation, freezing, extrusion. So you see array of applications which will definitely come into some use in when we are talking of seafoods and aquatic products. Okay, when I'm talking about products, I'm also talking about high value byproducts. Okay. Then RF, okay, radio frequency processing. Again, it is actually dielectric heating, which can improve, like it's similar to microwave. Okay, so quality will be very good. Maintenance cost is very good, very, very less. You can see the radio frequency and infrared. Okay, I'm talking of infrared. Infrared is what? Electromagnetic radiation between. Okay, can you hear me, Sajid?
Sir, yes, very fine, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay. So what we are doing again, infrared can be divided into three things. Okay, near infrared, mid infrared, and far infrared. Each has its own applications. If you see the near infrared, it can be used for high temperature, short time. And if the mid infrared, it can be used for drying. Okay, and far infrared suitable for surface heating. So when we are talking of dry fish, conventional drying techniques have to be replaced. We are talking of hybrid dryers, we are talking of solar dryers, we are talking of infrared. We are also working on that. The advantage in infrared is very, very fast drying. Earlier, what is happening in the conventional drying, if you are using electrical heater, there is a case hardening, so that is affecting the quality. Whereas infrared, we have seen the quality of the dry products are. And this is not just for seafoods. This can be used for all agro products. Agro processing is also picking up. So this is another technology which has a lot of versatility. Okay, you see the advantages: efficient heat transfer, and the damage to the product is very, very less. Only limitation I told you, if you heat too much. So what we are trying to do is, instead of having a batch process, if you can do a continuous process, that will be very, very efficient in both in microwave, also in infrared. Also, if you can put it on a conveyor like an IQF, this will be very, very efficient technology that can be used, has wide applications. Then irradiation, I know this, we are talking of irradiation for quite some time. And I must, Murthy will, maybe at the end, Murthy will highlight some of the work which we have taken up with the bark. We are extensively doing with this. And two things. One is using the gamma, cobalt 60 or cesium 137, or we can also use. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Sajid?
Yes,
Any
yes.
problem in my audio?
No, you are fine, sir.
Someone's mic is on, sir. Someone's mic is on. So please mute it.
Shankar sir will do it, sir.
Yeah. Okay, I'll continue.
Please.
Yeah.
Sir, please.
So when I'm talking of irradiation, it can be a gamma rays or it can be electron beams. Electron beams, the problem is, again, limitation is the penetration power. But still, it has got a lot of applications. And I'm sure the work with bark will definitely give something. And irradiation already is applied. Okay, you see this is already used widely commercially for preventing the ripening of the fruits and sprouting of vegetables. I know in Gujarat, definitely there are plants for preventing the sprouting of onion, potato, and even mango is being extensively used. But still, we have little apprehension that we always think of Hiroshima, Nagasaki when we are talking about radiation. Okay, so that's what I think we should now get over with this. This is what application. You see, what we are using is the gamma rays or X-ray rays or UV rays. Okay, and you see the application. It can be used depending on the dosage. Okay, we were talking, government has also permitted up to 10 kilo gray. And if I'm talking of sterilization, if I'm talking of only for the preventing the, in dry fish, this insect infestation is another major problem. So this irradiation definitely, after giving irradiation dose, if you pack it in a nice packaging material, definitely, dry fish has got a tremendous, potential in this technology. Only thing, we need to, bring awareness to the people. We need to show that it is safe. So that's what I think we as technologists, we should do this. So you see the packaged frozen products. Of course, when I'm talking razzitization, you can hold the packaged, frozen block, or it can be the whole corrugated fiberboard carton can get into this. But I am talking of other applications where I'm talking of low doses. It can be for dry fish, it can be for insect infestation, or it can be simple exposure for reducing the food spoilage organisms. Okay, and now I'll stop about the the modern technologies. Now I'll talk something about what we are conventionally day to day we are using. We are talking of icing, chilling, refrigeration. We can simply switch over to use of tube ice. We can talk of slurry ice. Again, my colleague Murthy has done a lot of work in Bombay. A lot of slurry ice machines are kept on board. We are talking of RSW system, slurry ice system. Because what's happening? The fish, what is caught? The fish hold capacity is limited. If they catch more, what they do? They put only the high value things into the ice. Other things are left on the deck. So if we can provide some way where it can, reduce the temperature, slurry ice or chilled sea water, these sort of things have to be advocated. Like vacuum packing, modified atmosphere packing. You don't need any machinery. You don't need much of an investment like you're talking of freeze drying or high pressure processing. And you're talking of freezing, simple cryogenic freezing, brine freezing. Okay. Cure products, again, you can go for solar drying, vacuum drying, infrared drying, which are all affordable technologies. So I thought, let me talk something about this. When you're talking of thermal processing, conventional canning is there, but we can have high temperature short time process. We can have a step up process. And when you're talking of packaging material, the age old days they have gone where you're talking monolayer films. Now you're talking of multi-layer films. You're talking of laminates. Just using a laminate, just by vacuuming, you can double the shelf life. Many times the industry is not aware of all this. Other day I was talking to one of the industry person, talking about tuna. What he was selling? Our tuna is simply going for canning, which is getting around 90 cents per kilo. Okay. He was telling if we can send it as chilled, it will get $6. And suppose we are doing as a, he was telling about frozen, okay, frozen loins, around $6. If we can send it as a chilled, in a vacuum packed, in a multi-layer film, it will get you $8 to $10. This is not a difficult thing at all for the industry to implement, because packaging material is available, vacuum packing machines are available, and I'm going to talk about something like active packaging, where you don't need a machine of a vacuum packaging also. You can put a small sachet, you can create vacuum into this. So these are all small technologies we can introduce to the industry. Okay, probably the college, on this occasion, I would like to tell you, the colleges, many colleges are there. I hope many of them are taking part with the institutions like CIFT, with the industry. I think we should demonstrate them. Okay. So that's what I think these platforms are, should help, the industry to come forward. So CIFT will be definitely very, very happy to, handhold with all these people in implementing these small interventions. I can't expect industry to implement a 2 crore machine of high pressure processing, but simple things can be intervened. Okay. So I'm talking something about this. You see, live fish, there's tremendous potential. Okay, there's a lot scope of available. Very, very few people are doing. The things like lobster, shrimp, clam, eel, mud crab, all these. We are again working on some of the containers for live fish transportation. Okay, with some industry here, we are actually trying to develop. We've already done something. We are validating. So I think these things should be advocated. So this is one area. The customer or a entrepreneur can get more value for this if you can give live. Okay, when it is dead, people always have an apprehension. They must have added some contaminated, maybe it is ammonia treated, maybe it is formaldehyde. Whereas live, you can always, you go to any foreign country, this fetches a lot of price. So live fish is one thing we must have advocate. And fresh fish, again, I told you, we must, it is very, immediately it should be chilled, it should be properly packed. You go see chilled fish. You're talking of slurry ice, you're talking of flake ice, you're talking of tube ice, and packaging. If we can put it in the attractive packaging, a packaging which is suitable for this, definitely we can get more money. These are all the small interventions. You see the vacuum packing. Okay, a simple vacuum packing machine costs how much? It's hardly 10,000-20,000 rupees. Maybe if you are going for flushing, it may cost you 1 lakh. But these are all the small interventions. It will double the shelf life. I'll tell you, we have done extensive work. Simply packing in air pack or vacuum packing, just double the shelf life. These interventions can be definitely done. Okay. And I'm talking of modified atmosphere packaging, where you're flushing carbon dioxide, a combination of carbon dioxide, oxygen, and nitrogen. Okay. That again, we have to optimize. Okay. This is a simple thing. Okay. What you need is a vacuum sealing machine with the flushing of the gas. You can buy the, portable, gas cylinders. You can just connect it to this vacuum sealing machine that will vacuumize and flush this. So depending on this, suppose I have a fatty fish, I should not put too much of oxygen. If it is a lean fish, I can put more of oxygen. If it is a fatty fish, reduce the carbon, oxygen and increase the carbon dioxide. Okay. So these are all, interventions. You see 15 to 30 days for a chilled fish. It is tremendous for the industry. Okay. Even for domestic, it need not be for export. See, domestic also, people want convenient products. People have no time to bring fish, cut it and ready for the table. So these are all the small intervention. And sous vide, we call it as cook chill. So you pack it into a multi-layer film, you vacuumize it, and you heat it, and again rapidly chill it. It will kill all the germs, and you see the shelf life 45 to 60 days. So it is tremendous. Okay, these are all very, very small interventions. You don't need any expertise. You don't need any costly equipment. Okay, then you see the technology interventions. What I'm talking, we are talking of active packaging, intelligent packaging, smart packaging. Okay, the packaging itself is a antibacterial film, or packaging itself is doing the vacuumizing. So these are all the new innovations I think we must advocate. See, the active packaging, intelligent packaging system, it can be absorbers or it can be emitters. Okay, When I'm talking absorber, absorbing the oxygen. When I'm emitting the carbon dioxide. See, you don't need a vacuum sealing machine. You put a small sachet. I'll tell you, you buy any of this cashew mithai from Haldiram. Okay, I'm sure somebody must have noticed. You open that, kaju titli or whatever. There is a vacuum sachet. It is actually oxygen absorber. Okay, it's hardly 1 or 2 rupees. Okay, whereas it will double the shelf life. So this sort of intervention we can definitely introduce. Only thing is you need a laminated film. You cannot use a ordinary polyethylene or polypropylene film. You need to little, 1 rupee, you may have to extra spend for a packaging material. And in some of the products where the moisture need to be absorbed, the cut fish when you're doing, you put in a tray, the drip is collected. When a consumer sees, he is not able to, like it. So you can put a small moisture absorber pad that will absorb all the, the drip which is coming out, and it will give a aesthetic appearance to the consumer. So if you see these supermarkets, these are all the new innovations we can do. Then I am talking of time temperature indicator. We have worked, one of my colleague, did this work, and this work was published in Nature, okay, where we had developed a time temperature indicator. That will give you from the production till it is consumer, if there is any temperature abuse. See, I know you all will understand when I'm telling about a packed product, it has to be stored between 0 to 2 degree. If there is any temperature abuse, especially in a modified atmosphere packed product, if it is abused, there can be toxin production by especially organisms like Clostridium. How to ensure that the product is kept in a temperature which has been as a protocol? These time temperature indicators will be very, very useful. The consumer can see, and it is an USP for a producer, for a production person, for the industry. I have put a time temperature indicator and I am demonstrating that my product has never been abused. Okay, there's no temperature abuse for the product from the production to the till it is retailed. So these are all the innovations which we can introduce. Okay, and I told you the oxygen scavengers, it has got tremendous use. You see, these are all the scavengers. As a sachet, we can introduce. It can be put it on the bottle also. If I'm advocating something, a bottle on the below the bottle cap, this can be introduced. Okay, it need not be a separate a separate sachet. And carbon dioxide emitters and absorbers. Okay, I'm talking of moisture control agents. Okay, these are all desiccants. Like you do any equipment or instrument you buy, you get a small silica gel to absorb the moisture. Similar things, similar pads can be introduced into fish, especially for the convenient products. And I'm talking of antimicrobials. You can introduce antimicrobials. Nowadays the technology has advanced so much, even the packaging material which you are sealing on the top of a tray, that itself is impregnated with antimicrobials. So you don't have to add any antimicrobial. When I'm talking antimicrobials, it has to be a safe chemical. It has to be a grass chemical. Okay, it should be regarded as safe. You can't use anything and everything. If people say sodium benzoate is permitted, it is not permitted for fresh products. It is permitted for processed products. Okay, you have to see the FSSAI guidelines. You have to see the importing country guidelines. Accordingly, you have to choose this. You see, when I'm talking of antimicrobials, it can be silver ions, it can be ethyl alcohol, chlorine dioxide, methane, methyl metal oxides. There are plenty of options. We need to optimize them. Okay, then you're talking of, when I told about ready to eat, ready to serve, shelf stable products. You see, now suppose I am telling a pouch, it is going to Leh Ladakh or Kashmir, where the temperature is very, very low. So what happens? We need self-heating, self-cooling. These are all applications what you need. So if the pouch is having a self-heating system, anywhere you go, you don't need to warm it. You can simply activate it and you can use, these are all available already in coffee. There has got a false bottom. You just remove that, it will heat up this. Okay, this sort of innovations are already in the market. So these things can be implemented. And also, some of the pads, when I'm telling moisture absorbers, we are also talking of flavor and odor absorbers. Okay, and when I'm talking packaging material, see, that's very, very important. When I say packaging, you're flushing some gas that should not escape, and you're vacuumizing, again, air or moisture should not ingress into the packaging material. So selecting a proper packaging material is very, very important. And when I'm talking of simple antimicrobial, antifungal, our own chitosan is very, very important. From the prawn shell waste, the chitosan can be impregnated it can be extruded along with the packaging material. LDP along with chitosan, if you extrude, that packaging material itself can act as a antibacterial, antimicrobial, agent to the whatever it is packed inside. So these are all the innovations. And one more thing I would like to tell you, based on the intelligent and smart packaging, we have recently introduced, one of my colleagues has done this work, introduced a freshness dot. You know what? You can see the dot on the tray. Okay, it is actually put below the top ceiling. It will tell you whether the fish, what is packed inside, is still edible, whether it is safe. What it does is, it has got a, inside it has got a, a dot. Actually, it is basically a paper which has been impregnated with some dyes. And when fish spoils, it will liberate some amines and that will change the color. So you can see if it is yellow color, it is fresh, and it is turning to purple, it is stale. A consumer can see whether what he is buying is still edible, whether it is still safe. Similarly, the time temperature indicator also. Anywhere, if there is any abuse, that indicator will show you that this product has been abused. So the consumer need not take it. And you see the cost, it is only 40 paisa per pack. Okay. So this we have just released it, and we are now validating with some of the local online and the people who are doing test marketing, those who are doing the fresh cut fruit, fish and other seafoods to the online marketing. We are doing validation, so this should be available for any industry to take up. Okay, this is actually basically a sort of a smart packaging or intelligent packaging. And when I'm talking of frozen products, conventionally we have been doing the whole package. Now we can go for IQF, we can switch over to brine freezing, cryogenic freezing. You see, these are all the commercial products. How attractive it is. When you go to the supermarket, only when your packaging is attractive, first people will touch it. Okay. So the packaging acts as a silent salesman. Packaging not only sells, packaging also protects and also ensures safety. So, these are all the innovation. You can put in a, pouch pack, you can put in a tray, you can use anything, you can see, I've just tried to put it just to show you. These are all the innovations which is happening in the industry. These are all very simple intervention. You can see a lot of fillet, steaks. When we are talking, simply put in an ordinary packaging material that will not sell. Okay. The fish may be the highest prime quality you are packing, but unless you pack it, you present it properly, you are not able to sell. You can see this attractive packaging. Now, another segment which I think is another, which India should look into, very few people are doing, is the coated products. Okay, when you have value added, battered and breaded products. And here again, you're actually adding value to a low value fish. Nobody will know in a fish finger or a fish ball what fish you are used. Okay, because we know nutritionally all are same. And only when you're selling a fresh fish, maybe sear fish will fetch you more, or your doma will fetch you less. But when you're talking of a product like this, it all depends on how you present, what batter you're using, what ingredients you're using, what breadcrumbs you're using. Again, it is not taking off because we don't have a proper indigenous breadcrumbs manufacturer. We are still, depending on newlyweds, which is imported. But if we can indigenize this, if somebody can work on this, or maybe we give some impetus for these, company like newlyweds to come in and start selling it. This, of course, locally, domestic, many people are doing now, but still it has got a very good potential, I'm telling you. And you see a lot of specialty products. It can be centerpilled shrimp, it can be skewers, it can be butterfly shrimp, vegetable kebab. These are all there in some metro cities, but it has to come to the 2-tier, 3-tier cities. There is tremendous potential. People have the buying power. People will, by looking at the packaging, by looking at the attraction, people are ready to give you a few more rupees. Only thing, they have to make sure that it is hygienically presented. So that you have to ensure. So these are all the future. See, these specialty products, whether it is nobashi, whether it is sushi, butterfly, stretch shrimp, all these have got tremendous uses, especially for the domestic marketing. Okay. Then surimi, of course, I don't have to tell you, many people are from Veraval, a lot of industries now, but we are, we should not be restricting to simply sending frozen surimi blocks. Of course, Gadre has come up in a big way. I must compliment them. They have a lot of innovations they have done. But maybe this is another area, a lot of potential is there for other, industries to take up. Then you can see a lot of products like Kamaboko, Chikuwa, Hampen, imitation products. Okay, now I'm moving to the ready-to-eat fish products. Okay, when I'm talking of ready-to-eat, that means they are shelf-stable products which can be stored for 2 years, 3 years in ambient temp condition. They don't need any refrigeration. When I'm talking of this, I'm talking of metal cans, I'm talking of retortable pouches, I'm talking of flexible multi-layer containers. And when I'm talking of metal cans, there are also plastic cans also, thermo cans, rigid, semi-rigid containers. Long shelf life, you see, 2 to 3 years can be kept. Only problem is they have to be properly processed. Okay. I don't have to tell you the procedure and all this, what we are doing. You see, when I'm talking of thermal processing, sterilization or canning, lot of things, blanching, pasteurization, cooking, canning, high temperature, short time. Depending on the product, you can choose what you want. Okay. If it is a product which does not require too much of heat, it will affect, you can go for a pasteurization. If it can withstand high temperature, short time, then nothing like that. Canning, when you're exposing a heat for longer time, again, it will affect the quality. But so that, you increase the temperature and give a short time, the quality is much better. So we need to optimize all these processes. You see, we can have glass containers, we can have metal containers, we can have rigid plastic containers and retortable pouches. And now excellent pouches are coming. We can print, you can see all this. Earlier conventional, tin cans have come back now. Tin cans, when I say it is basically a steel can, okay, 98% steel, 2% tin. Then we had another innovation called tin-free steel cans, okay, which were called universal lacquer. You don't need a separate lacquer, SR or AR lacquer. We can go for metal cans, we can have coating inside, we can have PET coating inside. Now the rigid plastic containers are another innovation, I'll tell you. They can withstand high temperature. Bottles, again, we think that bottles have gone, but many high quality products are still in the bottle. Only problem is they're prone to break. There's the only disadvantage. But they have excellent advantages of, they're very stable, no permeability at all. Okay. Definitely advantages. You can see a lot of products can be done. It can be curries, it can be biryani, it can be meal, ready meal. You can have rice and fish curry. A lot of innovations can be done. One thing I must tell you, you cannot compare the taste of a processed product with a fresh product. What curry you make at home, immediately you taste it, you taste a processed product, definitely you will have the change. But what I am talking is the convenience. The fish curry, what you make at home, you have to refrigerate it. How many days you can keep? Maybe 1 or 2 days. Same day it has to be consumed. When I'm talking of this sort of a ready-to-eat products in a pouch or a can, anybody, any event you want, anytime you want, wherever you want, you can just open it, warm it, and eat it. So that is the convenience we're talking. Okay. If we are actually optimizing the process properly, the processed products can be excellent, definitely have a tremendous potential. I know a company like, 4-Star is already marketing, they're exporting. I think they're also into domestic, but tremendous potential. A lot of people can just get into this because the domestic market is very huge. Many players can come. You see, these are all the commercial products which have started through our innovation. You see, jackfruit, it is not just restricted to, you see, the vegetable products. It is not, the technology is the same. It has to be optimized for different products, depending on the product, depending on the consumer, depending on what you need. Okay. Now, extrusion. Okay. This is another technology which has got tremendous potential. Okay. We are only talking about kurkure, that sort of product. But you see the product profile on the right. You can do infant foods, pasta, snack food, biscuits, vegetable, breakfast cereals. So many array of products can be done. But why I'm telling you about this technology? This is again a shelf-stable technology. Okay. It can be stored at ambient temperature. The most of the cereal-based products lack in many of the nutrients. Why I'm telling this for fish? Because we can introduce fish into this so that you can make it more nutritious. Okay. Whatever the cereal flours are, cereal breakfast cereals are lacking, that you supplement with the fish. Okay. So that's what is required. Many times the children and other people know they like this sort of products. Okay. The young generation. So if you can give this product with more added nutrient, definitely nothing like that. Okay. This can be a ready snack and anywhere you can eat. See, normally in extrusion, when I'm talking, there are two types. One is a single screw, one is a twin screw. The single screw is basically, this has to be again dried, okay, because the extruded which is coming will be of high moisture. Whereas I'm talking of a twin screw, whatever is coming is ready to eat. Okay, only thing we have to optimize the conditions depending on that. I'm talking of a vermicelli product or feed. The normally fish feed is actually used by the single screw, or even twin screw also can be used. Depending on what you need, depending on the screw speed, depending on the, the die diameter, you can vary. You can see some of the products like this. I think I'm sure Balanga is there. CAFE also done a lot of work on this. So there is again a lot of potential in this. Very, very cost-effective technology, and the product can be kept for 6 to 9 months. And I'm talking of cured and dried products. People think dried products means it is open. I know Jafrabad, Nawabandar, we have been saying. Now it is a high time we should, make it more hygienic, introduce solar dryers. And dryers, when I'm talking, electrical dryers had their own disadvantages. So we thought of introducing the hybrid dryers. Hybrid dryers, when I say, solar dryer, when I say, always sun may not be available. So you integrate with LPG, you integrate with biomass, you integrate with electricity. So depending on your need, you can always have this. Solar with LPG, solar with biomass. If you go to Northeast, plenty of the firewood and other thing is available. You can introduce biomass dryers in with solar dryers, and these dryers have application not only for aquatic products, it can be used for agro products. You can see one of the showroom in Cochin, they have introduced this. Now it is almost like dry fruits shop. He has got all dry fish products there, no insects, no smell, packed in a beautiful packaging. So all this can be introduced. And you see pickle, this is another thing. Only problem is, of course, fish pickles are available, prawn pickles are available. Only thing, you have to ensure quality. This is another area where people can introduce a lot of products. Now, I'll now stop talking about the products. Now you see the rest raw materials. Okay. When I'm processing all this, you can see the fin fish and the shellfish. What all the, rest raw materials which we generate. It can be head, it can be viscera, it can be scale, it can be skin. When I'm talking of shellfish, okay, the shellfish industry is already established. Chitin, chitosan, a lot of producers are coming in because keeping the importance of the advantages of chitin, chitosan, a lot of products from that. So there is plenty of market now. But still there is huge potential. But the fish waste, we are still not addressing properly. One impediment I always see, even though we know high value products can be made from fish waste, why it is not happening? Because the sector is not in an organized sector. In this export sector, okay, we can collect it, but in the domestic marketing, the waste is not generated in one place. Okay, now even if somebody is putting up an industry for development of a collagen or gelatin, depending on the head waste or the skin or whatever, he is not able to get the raw material because fish is distributed throughout the country. Who is collecting it? And again, waste has to be properly processed. It has to be iced. It has to be stored properly. It has to be transported properly. But what is happening? That is not happening. So if the industry wants to come up, he says, I don't have a raw material. If raw material is available, only then industry can flourish. So somewhere down the line, we have to make it in an organized sector. If there is demand, definitely the processors in the market, in the landing center, wherever processing is happening, we can collect it because we know it has got a high potential, tremendous demand is there. Many industrial products, many pharmaceutical, nutraceutical products can be done. So this is one area which we need to address. Right now, what's happening? It is becoming a menace. Okay, simply it is being discharged somewhere. It is going for landfilling, or it is discharged into the sea. Whatever is having value, otherwise it is going for manure. See, such a potential high value product, we are simply downgrading and putting it as a manure, which is really, that has to be changed. So what we have to do when we are talking of waste management, it has to be, first of all, we have to reduce it, or whatever is coming, it has to be utilized. So first of all, I know my colleagues in Veraval Center, they have done a lot of work. They have tried to analyze what it is rich in. Okay, we need to analyze what is rich in head, what is rich in the scale, what is rich in the skin. Accordingly, we have to identify what product has to be done. So a lot of specialty products, novel ingredients, nutraceutical product can be done. A lot of high value products can be done. I'm telling you, people can make more money from this than from the main product. I know Veraval also, Porbandar has got already a collagen factory. So similar options are available for others. You see the waste generation, above 50-60% waste is generated. Any processing you take, when we are talking into IQ products or making squid rings or tubes, you see the amount of waste which is generated, which is not really properly used. Elsewhere you see the squid ink is used for so many cosmetic products, which we are not able to do. I think this is where I know Chamadia, I don't know whether he is there. He showed a lot of interest in this. I think maybe some people like that should, venture into this sort of business. And there are institutes like us to support them. I think these are all the areas the industry should definitely look into this. Initially, there will be difficulty finding market, but we are here to optimize them. We are here to help them in preparing such products. So I think this is where we should look into. You see the fish, if you are talking, you see the percentage of waste which is generated. You see the fungaceous. We are always talking of fungaceous. Okay. You see the amount of waste generated and how many products can be done. Okay. You see the percentage. I'm too sure Murthy will chip into this at the end of this presentation. You see the, what all the major waste and what are the compounds. You see the shrimp, you can see chitin, protein, pigments. You're talking of frozen squids, you're talking protein, enzyme, melanin, again the chitin. Cuttlefish, you see melanin, enzymes. You're talking of lobster, you see the fish products, protein, lipids, enzymes, the lot of products already some people are doing. I'm not telling we are not doing. This has tremendous application. The calcium from the bone, the calcium what we take in the market, the calcium sandos or whatever, it's not available to you fully. Whereas you see this, plenty of things will be bioavailability is better in the calcium which has been prepared from the fish bone. You see, what are the fish waste? Edible products, industrial products, biofunctional health products. You can see the chitosan derivative, from the glucosamine. It is going into all your, when you are talking of age, when we are getting aged, all your, arthritic problems, your knee joint problem, all those capsules have got glucosamine. Glucosamine is a derivative of chitin. Okay. Squalene, it's a wonder drug we call. Fishbone calcium, collagen, there's plenty of things. Flavor extract, fish skin leather. Leather you can use for so many things. Fish protein hydrolysates. Hydrolysates have tremendous use, whether it is in even now, agriculture usage is coming up big way. So these are all the, options for you. You see the fish products, fish oil, meal, and you're talking of protein, you're talking of feed from the waste. Directly, it can be converted into feed. It can go for feeding directly to ornamental fishes, many fishes. We are also doing, actually, we are working with other institutes like SIBA, CMFRI for seeing this application. Okay, tremendous potential. You see some of the silage, okay? It is not just for fish feed. It can go for cattle feed. It can go for pig feed. And pet food, pet food is a huge market. The processing waste, especially from the canning waste, that can go for pet food. It is, we have done the comparison. It is not inferior to any of your pedigree. Only thing, there's no brand value for this. Somebody should add brand value to this. Okay. We know all the high potential of these things. You see, some of the applications in agriculture, we are talking of foliar spray. Chitosan is used extensively in grape cultivation, sugarcane, and just for general plant health, reducing the, it has got highly antifungal activity. So there are tremendous application in as a fertilizer, as what is it, the foliar spray. There are plenty of products in the market already. So you see, a lot of innovations are happening from the fish waste. It is very cheap. It is actually fish protein hydrolysate. A company like DuPont is working with us. Why? Such a company will not come and they are into waste utilization. Why? Because they know it is a huge potential. A lot of products can be done. Okay. And you see the leather, a lot of products can be done. But we are not capitalizing all this at all. I know in Gujarat area, a lot of fishes are there, say shark, many species. The skin quality is very good. We can convert it to leather. So these are all applications which already technology is available. I think some enterprise has to take place. You see the chitin, chitosan derivatives. You're talking of biofunctional medicinal products. You see chitin, chitosan, glucosamine, a lot of products. And when I'm talking of biomedical application, it can be used as a surgical gauze. Okay. And periodontal application, I'll tell you, friends, a lot of work has been done in the dental application. Okay. Chitosan, many things. And, all this, these are all, automatically wound healing. Wound healing is another property. Okay. And you see, another thing is antimicrobial, low density polyethylene and chitosan films. We can also add something like ginger, rosemary extract. I know my colleagues have done a lot of work on this. These are all new applications which we should looking at. You see the collagen, gelatin, and derivatives. I know Gujarat has, it's a huge potential. Especially the swim bladder, icing glass we are doing, but it has got more application, more valuable applications than just supplying raw material. Okay, gelatin, collagen, many things. And I would tell you this hydroxyapatite. It is basically from the fish scales. This has got a huge potential in dental applications. Okay. I'm talking of PUFA. Actually, this hydroxyapatite, we have already done clinical trials with a dental college and a company has already adopted this technology. So these things are, I'm just trying to share. These are all the options for the industry to look into this. Okay. And I told you the calcium, okay, from the bone. And what I would like to, summarize before I tell few slides about the incubation, the seafood industry need to look beyond the conventional frozen products. Okay. We need to explore the possibility of setting up of a new unit with latest and innovative processing technologies. And what is important is product diversification, exploring new markets. We should be talking of value addition, increasing exports, and complete utilization of the harvested catch. Okay. And developing high value byproducts. Automatically, this will reduce the post harvest losses. And all this will definitely help us in economic growth. So while I thought, let me share a few things about the entrepreneurship. I'm not talking more about this here. When I say there are so many potential, so many products can be done, so that should be, helped in some way. Okay, an industry always looking at, an enterprise to succeed. Technology is only one part of it. If I want to start an industry for calcium, okay, calcium capsules from fish bone, I may give you technology, but what about the finance? What about the market? What about other, business, support which is required? So the industry is looking at all this. Unless you give all this, no industry will take risk unless they are already rich. If somebody, an established industry, can come into any of this because they're already having an established industry, so they will add one more product into that. But for a startup company, for a entrepreneur, maybe a graduate from College of Fisheries, Veraval, okay, he knows that all this is potential. It is a very good, opportunity. But how we will start? Okay, what he needs is, it's not just the resource. He needs all the support functions. He needs somebody to mentor him. Okay, he needs somebody to tell him that, okay, you go ahead, I'll help you. Okay, because it's not that easy, friends, because it has to be profitable also. Maybe in the beginning he will have the difficulty, but how he has to survive. That is where I am talking of incubators. Okay, entrepreneurship is not an easy road. Okay, there are a lot of challenges. Many startup companies have, started, but what is happening is they are, because they're not able to sustain. When he comes to CAFT, I'll say I have the technology, but I have no market for him. If he goes to the bank will say, "Arey, you bring me a viable proposition." Okay, maybe if he is coming through CAFT, he may, at least bank will listen to him. But simply he is going with a novel idea, innovative idea. How he can survive? It is not possible. Okay, there are a lot of legal regulations. We talk of a lot of. I'm telling you, I will again. Whoever is interested in this, I request them to come on to the another webinar where I'll be talking more about the government schemes, how we can help them. I think that will be more informative for you, because I would like to share that during my. I think it is on 5th. I'll again tell you. So what I want is to create an entrepreneurial, support system to a business to succeed. We thought, incubators are very, very useful. Okay, incubators have got all the answers for this. Especially if a startup or young entrepreneur is interested in developing into a business. So what we thought, I will just share our incubation. Okay, we were the first to start an incubation facility. We call it as a one-stop shop. Why we say is, entrepreneur cannot go on knocking so many doors. Okay, he has to come here and I should give him all solutions. Okay, I should tell him, okay, friend, I have the technology. I will introduce you to a developmental agency, to MPEDA. They will give you some support. I will introduce to MSME. Okay, I will introduce to a bank. Okay, where they know the value of the institute like this, or maybe a college. I know CM Veraval also has got a lot of initiatives they have started during Dr. Sofail time. I've seen. So anybody, okay, what you have to do is, any entrepreneur coming to you, you should not send him, okay, I have a technology, rest of the things it is your lookout. If you can convince him, you can develop his confidence. Okay, what you have to do? See, the center, what we are doing is, we are trying to give the link to the industry. Somebody is coming, okay, I am developing this. I will immediately tell him, okay, you go and talk to XYZ. They may be helpful to you. I will talk to that XYZ and tell him, hey, an entrepreneur is coming, please help him. So I will give the business support, okay, and I will help him in giving training. I'll upgrade his skill. I will give him training. I'll give him the skill, and I will share my testing facility. Any new product is coming, I will help with him. I will ensure that his idea is protected. We help them in protecting his intellectual property. Okay, If he is taking my idea is okay. If he is coming with a novel idea, what we do? We tell him, we sign a non-disclosure agreement with him. That will be exclusively working with him. So what we do, we help him in mentoring that idea. We use it here. We work with him. We develop the technology. We allow him to use our facility, and we ask him to produce some products. And we tell him, oh, go to the test, market and do test marketing. Okay. He goes to the market, and there he will get feedback. Okay. When, you can see in some of the supermarkets, when you go there, people start telling you, all right, come, I'll give you some nice cookie, some nice mayonnaise, something. What they're doing basically a promotion, test marketing. So after the feedback, we expect him to come back to us. We refine the technology. Okay. If suppose somebody says, I opened a pouch, it was only all fish is disintegrated. So that means I know that temperature given is too much, or it is overcooked, or maybe he has not packed properly, or maybe handling is a problem. So we address that issue. Again, we refine the technology. We tell him to go back. Okay. Until he is satisfied, till the market is ensured, we help him, handhold him. That is what is required for a startup company. That's what is required for an entrepreneur. Okay, we develop confidence in him. And then we introduce him to the investors, partners, and tell him what are the schemes available. You know what we do? We provide a well-tested technology basket to choose from. Okay. And we provide access to a friendly ecosystem to start the business. We have pilot plant, we have the testing facility, and we have a cubicle for him. You know how much we charge? 2,500 rupees for a AC cubicle for a month, because we cannot be robbing him. Okay. This is the time he needs to support. Once 2 years is over, he graduates. Okay, that is fine. But initially, he should not be spending money. We also do technology optimization for him. We help in upscaling. I may have a technology which is only lab scale, but that will not work in the field. So we help him in upscaling the technology. We help him in branding. We help him in labeling. When I say labeling, we do the nutritional profiling. What all the mandatory requirements, we do all the testing, and we help him in doing that. And we protect his IP, and we help him in approaching the financial institutions. We give certifications, approvals, test marketing, and we also provide linkage to other business mentors. Okay. And we help him in establishing a network. End of the day, we have hired a branding consultant. We have hired a IP consultant. We have hired initially, he will not be able to even hire a, chartered accountant to do his business, accounting. We give that support also from our business center, incubation center, so that he will not spend money for all this. He will only concentrate on his product, how to test market it, how to promote it. That's what we help him in. So we reduce his other headaches. Okay. Finally, we bring in other experienced, successful entrepreneurs to share their business, how they are successful. So this is what we do. And we have all the facilities under one roof, like office space. We give him the pilot plant. He can use all the facts, internet, video conferencing facility, training facility, laboratory facility, library facility. All this we give him. Okay. We don't charge, very, very nominal 2,000 rupees we charge him to register. That is where, many times these startup companies fail, because we are not handholding them. We are not understanding their problem. So any technology may be wonderful technology. I might tell 100 innovations. Unless it is going to the market, unless somebody takes it, the technology is of no use. It will remain in the shelf. As a scientist, I may publish a paper. I will get the promotion. That's all. But the technology will become useful. It will succeed only when it is going to the market, into the field. So unless we promote all this, we handhold him, this will not be successful. That's what we try to do. These are some of the recent, brands which have been successful through our incubation. Okay. So I'm just not trying to, say that we are doing an excellent job. Still, we have a long way. Okay. So I thought these are all the things I must share with you. So any technology is not ready for the market. So the technology has to be upscaled, it has to be optimized, and it has to be made ready for the market. So that's where we, as a researchers, a scientist, academician, we should help them. So then only we can say the enterprise will succeed, the business will prosper. So that's where I think all of us have a responsibility to see that, ensure that these technologies are coming to the market, help them in them. Okay, because any technology we have to work together. Okay, because the ideas are there plenty, but unless we work together, refine it, no technology can succeed. Okay, and we can't simply depend on them. Entrepreneur. Okay, you take this technology, you do whatever you want. Many people fail. So that's where I think we had to do this. So this all I would like to share with you. So I would like to thank you for all your attention. I'm just trying to expand this 1 minute. One second. I think I have to stop this. Okay. I have put some contact also. Anybody is interested, my colleague Jai is there, Murthy is there, I am there. If anybody is interested, they can always contact us. And anybody, okay, anybody, whether it's an academician or something, this is what is our responsibility. I feel end of the day, we must work with these people. We must ensure that the fish, which is so highly valuable, we must ensure that this is made available. Safe, quality fish is made available to the consumers, and also address the issues of the what about the food security and also nutrition security. I'll just close this. Okay, one second. So that's all in my presentation. Now it is open for discussion. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. As always, it was a wonderful presentation, and I do. Everybody enjoyed it, and everybody admired it. It was such a flawless presentation that there was no other option for us to move even for 1 minute, sir, 1 second. You have covered entire of the aspects, whatever aspects we are learning or listening. Even I am not a specialist with fish processing technology, but still, you have covered everything on the subject, and you have given a finest of the directions to our audience. Sir, you would be happy to know that we are having like more than 350 numbers of participants right now with us. And many more people are listening to you on YouTube Live, sir, all across India and all across the globe. So those many people have really benefited from your wonderful session, sir. And I'm really happy that you joined us. You agreed to provide your valuable time with us, sir. So thank you so much. And now,
No, it's not that, I've done a, great thing. It is actually a privilege for me to share all of you. Okay. I must tell you, it is not that, I've taken time off and joined here. No, it's actually not correct. No, it's a privilege to be part of a, learned audience, sharing whatever we know. Otherwise, all the knowledge, whatever we know, if it is just with me, there's no use. That's what
yes,
I feel. So
that's,
these are all the platforms I think we must share. Exchange. I told you again, I'm not trying to teach anything. It should be an interactive thing. People can chip in. So it's a cross learning. I also learn when I take part in such things. We have a lot to learn. That's how we can come back and do work. Okay, only when I know the problem in the field, only we can come back and work. So that's what we
definitely.
believe in. Okay, at CAFT at least.
That's
Thank
so
you so
much,
much.
sir.
Thank you for the opportunity. Okay.
Most welcome, sir. We are very happy to have you here with us. Before we just start our discussions, I would like to invite Dr. A.Y. Desai, sir, our Dean of College of Fisheries, Veraval, to please say from your side, sir. Dr. Desai, sir, are you available, sir? So Desai, sir, can you please unmute yourself? Okay. Anyway, sir, maybe, yeah. Dr. Desai, sir, are you available? I think he is facing some technical difficulties. We'll start with
नंतर इथं ते आपल्याला हे मारता येईल.
Dr. Murthy, sir, can you hear me?
Sajid, Dr. Desai is there.
Okay, he's available. Okay. Desai, sir. Yeah.
He has to unmute. He has to unmute.
Sir, please unmute.
How are you, sir? Ravi Shankar sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, fine, thank you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, I am also because I told you I have a soft corner for Veraval and all the people there. I was telling I would
No.
like to go back to Veraval sometimes. Okay, to settle down there also sometimes.
Definitely, sir. We hope that you should visit our new campus.
Yeah, next time. Yeah, after Corona. Okay.
Yes. After Corona.
Because I have a lot of fond memories with your college, so I can't forget.
Definitely, sir. My faculty will be very happy if you will visit.
Definitely. Whenever I come, I always visit. Probably to the new campus, I'll come. Yeah.
Sure, sir.
Maybe if I'm not able to, answer to all the queries, you can send a mail to me. I will definitely answer. Okay, because the
That will
time
do,
is
sir.
short.
Because
I'm
more than sir, 35, 40 questions are there. So not every question we can take, but then still we will give chances to our participants. But before that, I would like to invite precious comments from our esteemed guests, our panelists. Dr. Murthy sir, you can please start the session, sir.
No, that's okay. Because Dr. Ashish is there, myself, director himself, then Dr. Madhusudan Rao from East Coast. We 4-5 CFT specialists are there in that area who are working. If somebody raises the question, so that we can take up with the director.
Fine.
If
But
something is there from a specialized area, our area, so that we can put a.
Murthy sir, I can understand, but still I would like to invite comments from Ashish sir. Dr. Ashish.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, for me, it was not only a presentation, but a whole bunch of inspiration. I must say that everybody who were listening must have inspired with the lecture and will start doing something in fish processing.
I think let others tell because being my colleague, so
Yeah.
I think we'll keep it to the last.
That's fine.
Yes.
Dr. Shirdankar sir, can you please share your comments?
It was excellent presentation actually, because I'm not expert from this field actually. Actually many things, new things I have learned actually with respect to drying of fish actually. That is hybrid dryer what SIFT has developed actually. That needs to be promoted because all along the coast actually whatever products are dried fish are produced actually those are not of a quality, so doesn't have a export quality actually. Basically locally it is consumed, but anyway actually whenever I am consuming I am getting problems actually, because those are not processed hygienically. So in that case actually some activities to be carried out actually in each state with a local organization, and that initiative is to be taken by the SIFT actually.
Can I respond? Yeah.
Yes sir.
Yeah, thank you for that. Anyway, see, one thing I would like to tell you, we have been promoting in all the forum, but anyway, as an institution, it becomes difficult for us to go to every corner of the country. Okay. So what we do, we normally tell this, inform to all the state departments, and my colleagues from the centers also are there. We try to do, of course, we have limitations, I told you, to propagate to every place. But if somebody is interested, they can always talk to us, and maybe I will again ensure that we write to the departments. But what happens is when we write to the state department, they don't get disseminated. See, that's what is the we keep telling what are the innovations, how we can help. We write to all the developmental agencies also, but somewhere down the line those things are not really spread across to the
Percolated basically.
percolated. So that's what is our limitation. So probably the colleges and the institutions
yes sir,
like
means,
us
same thing I
should
was
also,
interested actually.
so what we will do,
What has
I
happened
will
with
I will do one thing. We will share all this to all the colleges again, once again,
here
also to the all the state departments again, what all the things we can help, so that we will see. Well, definitely we'll note the point, and my colleagues from the all the Mumbai, Veraval, and Vishakhapatnam will also note. And thank you for that. Thank you.
sir, I have seen one fish actually. It was dried, but it was looking as good as that of fresh fish actually. One of the processor, if I'm not wrong, actually, Kinikar was there. He brought a fish actually. Two species were there. One was mackerel, another was sardine. When he brought that fish, it was looking as good as that of fresh fish, but it was dried fish actually. He was doing it for the export purpose actually. And he said that technology he has brought it from Tamil Nadu somewhere actually. I'm not sure from where he got it actually.
Sir, shall I add one point, sir?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Shivdankar, sir. So I'm Dr. Murthy, working in CFT Mumbai Center of CFT. Yeah, actually, from last 5-6 years, you are working in this area. In Mumbai, also many the dry fish vendors are contacting us, and we are supporting them. So now, actually, at least now, raised platform concept has come. Even if you go to that coastal areas, some of the coastal areas, so they now they understood instead of putting everything on the beach, everything on the road or wherever the space is available, at least then now the concrete raised platforms available. Even local panchayat is, I mean, they're permitting for them to construct for the small size, so that they're drying, so that aeration will be both up and at least 50% is fine. So as far as your dryers are concerned, so I think just 2 months back we had one industry meet at Mumbai. So there actually one of our engineer who is developer that dryers he has presented. We have a dryers from 50,000 rupees, sir. It is starts from 20 kg capacity, 50 kg capacity, 100 kg capacity, like that. Up to 1,000 kilo capacity we develop dryers with LPG backup, in solar sunlight and LPG backup, even with biogas. Many options are there. So if you can make one day you can visit to Mumbai Center, I can provide you all the details so that we can work with you, sir. In fact, I wanted to install one solar dryer in your Panvel Carline Research Station, but somehow they are not that much cooperated. So now the same solar dryer we shifted to Srivardhan for the tribal fishermen society. So in the season they are drying the fish. In the off season they are drying turmeric, mango pulps, and all those things. So they are using for some purpose. If really interested, please visit our Mumbai Center. I can provide you, then we can work together. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Another problem is rest here. Actually, the time which is spent for drying the fish. Means whenever solar dryers are being used, actually, the capital cost and the amount what is processed actually doesn't matches. Means whatever quantum they get in a day, they cannot dry it.
Yeah. So we know some of the practical issues. That's why we are modified. A few of the technology we are modified. What type of fish you want to dry, then which market you want to do. So all these things are already some extent we worked out, sir. If you can come so that I can make one presentation, I can explain you clearly, so that whatever the gaps are there, we can work together.
Okay, sir. After COVID, we will try to do it.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Shivdankar, sir. Thank you, Murthy, sir. Dr. Arpita Sharma, ma'am, would you like to say something?
Yes.
Please.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Ravi Shankar, sir, for a wonderful lecture. And it is like Ashish told, that it is very inspiring. And the way you told that there will be an entrepreneurship webinar also, I would attend even that, and tell some progressive fisherwomen also to attend that, so that they can get ideas from your lecture. A lot of talk happened about the dry fish. What I would like to suggest, that if we can have low cost interventions for fisherwomen who are involved in drying the fish. For example, I have very good contacts with fisherwomen over here who are involved in drying the fish, and the Marol dry fish market, Shivdi dry fish market. These are wholesale markets, and they have a number of constraints. Of course, at landing center, they are having some constraints, but when they market the fish also, they have a number of constraints. So if we can look into their constraints and find customized solutions for them, that would be our great achievement. And I think sir wants to respond. Yes, sir, please.
Anything else, Arpita? Thank you. Okay. I think, I'll tell you, Murthy, I'll see that Murthy is giving you some information. We actually now optimized a tent dryer, okay? Not solar, okay? Because solar, we keep saying the panel and all cost is more. especially for a woman entrepreneur, that will be expensive. Okay, again maintaining that all issues. We have now optimized the tent dryer, which is very cost effective. We will share the details with you. Okay,
Okay,
and
sir.
what we can do under some of the scheme, if you are suggesting, we will introduce there. Okay, you don't have to invest in that. We will invest. Okay, we will do that. CAFE CAFT collaboration. Okay.
Sure. And
I'll
our
ask
processing
Murthy. Yeah.
yes, our processing department also has worked on certain technologies. Dr. Balange is also here. He
I know,
can
I know,
also
I know.
elaborate. Yes. So if we work in collaboration, that would be wonderful. Yes.
No,
Yes, I
definitely. See,
agree.
I'll tell you,
Yes.
those days have gone working in compartments. We have to work together. We have to
Yes.
complement each other, respect each other, and reduce the time of any innovation. There's no point in simply developing the same thing everywhere. Okay, whatever is developed, let us implement it, and any flaws we will modify that. Okay,
Thank you,
we'll
sir.
get back to you, Dr. Arpita.
Oh,
We'll get back to you soon. Okay, yeah.
sure. Thank you, sir, for your wonderful lecture. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, Dr. Ravi Shankar, sir, there is a humble request from my side. Please stay for a few more minutes.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I am not hungry. Okay, I'm here.
All right, sir, all right.
I've taken Ghatia jalebi in the morning, so don't worry.
Oh, wow.
Dr. Prabjit Singh,
I know. Nice to see Parabjit. Yeah.
he wants to. Yeah, Prabjit, please.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Arey Parabjit, how are you? Kaise ho yaar? You're to unmute.
Your voice is not clear, Prabjit.
Some technical issues, sir. Hi, sir. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you. Nice to see you. Okay.
Same here, sir. After so long time, sir. Just one question.
We met in Chennai.
Yes, sir,
after that, yeah.
Yeah. Sir, just I want that, like you might be knowing that now shrimp farming we have developed in. I'm working on it, and around 400 acres we have. Sir, what are your suggestions for us to develop a domestic market, sir? We have already call exporters from southern states to pick up our producer. Sir, how we can really work towards developing the local market in Punjab? What are your suggestions on that?
Can we, you would like to have a separate this thing, because a lot of options are there. If you're talking of shrimp, okay, one is the shrimp based product, coated products are there. There are plenty of options, and also utilizing the shell. Can we have a separate meeting, because it takes a lot of time to elaborate all this. So maybe if you can organize a meeting, I'll ask my colleagues from JA will come there. Okay.
Fine.
Not very far off. I'll see that Jai is coming there, and we can have a combined meeting there so that we can discuss the options. We can make a presentation and convince them. Okay, that will be better.
Thank you, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Is it okay? Is it okay, Parabjit?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, fine. Fine, sir. Thank you, sir. And sir, I would like to compliment for your that presentation made by CIFT for COVID prevention. That is wonderful, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Prabjit. Before I move to my colleagues from College of Fisheries, I would like to invite comments from Dr. Vani. He wants to say something. Dr. Vani, please unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, I am from Srinagar. Actually, here is mostly the fish smoking is there in the market. And what are your suggestions to develop that? Because there is so many difference between the medical professionals and the fisheries in Kashmir about the smoking products.
Okay.
Because I want.
Yeah. Can I intervene?
Yeah.
See, we did a lot of work actually with DCFR, and we had done a program in Himachal. Okay. And in fact, we wanted them to have a collaborative meeting with Jammu and Kashmir also, especially on the smoked trout. Okay. Because I know it is a delicacy. Now, we are establishing, for your information, I don't know whether you're aware, we are establishing a canned smoked trout facility in Patli Kuhal in Himachal. Okay. We already established 4 processing facilities in Himachal, in Gobind Sagar, Pong, Una, and one more reservoir. And now we are establishing in Patli Kuhal a canning unit. And we actually did some canned smoked trout, and it was really excellent. There was a huge acceptance. Okay?
But
because you get a lot of tourists coming in, so that is going to be a very useful technology. Now, conventional smoking has got problem. Okay, we are, there are issues regarding benzopyrene. Okay, people have apprehension that the benzopyrene is a carcinogenic, and
Yeah.
you can't use any wood. You have to optimize the wood what we have to use for smoking. Now we have established a more hygienic method of we have established so many smoking kilns, especially in the northeast. Okay, which has got a filtering
sir,
system. Yeah, which has
yeah.
got a filtering system which will reduce this. And also we have another thing which we can introduce there is the liquid smoke. Okay,
Liquid smoke.
the smoke is generated, it is filtered and converted into a liquid form. Even many of the companies are already using this gaseous thing also. They are
Gaseous.
just impregnating gas and giving a small tinge of flavor and the color to that. So liquid smoking technology we can try. Okay, if you are interested, maybe we can work together in this direction, Dr. Wani.
Yeah, so definitely. Thank you very much for that. But because in Srinagar, because we have the this privilege of the maximum trout production from the Jammu and Kashmir in Srinagar, so it is it is our privilege that if you collaborate with us, and we will make same as you have told about that you have established one unit in the Himachal Pradesh or
No, it is
Northeast.
just under establishment only. It is not ready. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Can that type of unit can be here?
Correct.
Is it-
Surely,
is
Vani.
in
That's what
the
I'm trying to tell
pipeline?
you. First, let us come and see the feasibility. Then we can talk to your department if required. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
My friend Bajaj is there. I'll talk to him also. Okay. We can talk to the
Yeah, yeah.
department. Okay. So
No,
probably we can share some of the.
through
Yeah.
either department you will go, or either from the university we have to approach you.
No problem.
Because I'm from university.
If you are taking keen, we will do through the university. No issue.
Okay, I can write you through from
We have no
university.
issues. We have no issues.
problem.
Okay. So we will try these
Okay.
things and try
Thank
to
you,
establish, and we can give a proposal, and we can come there and help you in establishing this.
Thank you for this.
In
Thank you
fact,
very
when
much.
Dr. Ayyappan sir was our DG, we did some trials on packing of this trout from there to Delhi. Okay. By using some bubble pack and all that. Okay, just to extend the shelf life. But after that, it was not really taken off. Okay, but we will be very happy to support you.
All right, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Before going to my colleagues, there is final comment I want to have with Dr. Smith Lende. He is from Camden University and is trying to ask me some questions. Can you please go ahead? Go ahead, Smith.
Yeah, is I am audible, sir?
Yeah,
Hello?
you're audible. Yeah, please go ahead. You're audible. Yeah,
Yeah, sir. Sir, namaskar, sir.
Namaskar,
Thank you
कैसे हो
very
यार?
much, sir, for your
कैसे हो?
wonderful. बस बढ़िया, sir. Sir, बहुत अच्छा presentation रहा, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, Smith.
Please go ahead. Yeah.
Sir, actually, we got with one state level funded project as a Center of Excellence in Aquaculture here at Ukai, sir. In month of January, sir, we have conducted one value added product training. Sir, we will have one collaborative. I am interested. Sir, I am interested collaborative project with CIT, with Center of Excellence, sir, so that the tribal community women will be benefited out of that, sir.
Okay, Dr. Smith, I would like to point that we have a scheme specially for tribal people. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Maybe we can collaborate. Okay. Again, I would. You just send me a mail with the details so that I will ask my colleague Jhao to coordinate with you. You are closer to him.
Okay, sir.
Definitely, Dr. Smith. Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You already have my email ID. We have corresponded earlier, so please send me a mail. Yeah.
Thank you, Smith. Sir, we have
Dr.
our
Dr. Sajid. Dr. Sajid, ask Haribabu sir to interact.
Haribabu sir, somehow he just logged out from the system. I got his message.
Okay. Right.
Yes, sir. Dr. Jitesh Solanki and Dr. B.G. Chudasma, my colleagues from College of Fisheries, from the Department of Fish Processing Technology, sir, they are with us now. Can you please, Jitesh and Dr. Chudasma, can you please interact with sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Keem cho?
Bahas maja sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Excellent presentation and very informative, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So one more, my question is, during this lockdown, government already declared so many funds regarding this improvement of fisheries sector. So any provision for or any benefit for fish processor in this fund?
I see generally when you say infrastructure, see indirectly you should be reading like this. They are telling modernization of the vessel. Okay, modernization of the vessel is basically to promote hygienic handling. Okay, storage facility. Automatically the quality, because that's where is the problem. You all know the fish is not handled properly on board. If you come to the processing factory, all we have the state of the art facility, all guidelines are there. Where we have a problem on board and the landing center. I'm sure all of you agree, especially people in Veraval. Okay. So what happens is that's where is the quality is lost. Even tuna, we talk of sashimi grade, where we can't even give a chilled quality, a frozen quality. Okay. So when we say modernization of the vessel, introduction of chilling facility, and introduction of the chilling facility on the landing center, improving the cold chain, improving the cold infrastructure, that is all is the processing only. See, this is all related to the processing. And there are already schemes for value addition, but people are not aware. Okay. Value addition, there are already schemes in EMPEDA. Okay. But value addition is what? We are just restricting to simply cutting the fish, making headless, or at the most maybe a loin or a fillet. We are not going further. And how many are using this? I know every year the value addition scheme budget is not utilized fully. So there are already some schemes, and nobody will prevent you. And for domestic, if you are talking, NFDB has got schemes. Okay. So probably look into the NFDB schemes. There will be plenty of these things. So this you should see at large. When you increase the production, when you improve the infrastructure, when you improve the storage facility, chilling facility, automatically this is all for processing only. Okay. Maybe they're not specifically telling we will promote waste utilization, promote value addition, but these are all under the Blue Revolution project. It was all there already. Okay. Only they are promoting few areas. Okay. But it all encompasses everything, Dr. Solanki. Okay. Probably, maybe I will share with you the more details from the ministry. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Chudasma, yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. Dr. Chudasma from College of Fisheries, sir.
Please tell me. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you. Tell me.
Yeah. Sir, excellent presentation, and I think you have covered everything A to Z concerned to the fish processing technology. My question is that, sir, because in recent year we have faced certain cyclonic activities, even climatic changes are there, and now it's a pandemic issue. Sir, how you see this pandemic issue in the long run for the fish processing technology is concerned?
Okay. See, basically for the export market, export processing unit and all, everything is in place. I don't think there's any fine tuning required there. But this will help you, I'll tell you, this will help you in improving our sanitation hygiene, personal hygiene, all that will happen now. Earlier, people were not conscious of this. Earlier, you used to tell, don't spit here, don't touch there. Nobody will listen to you. Now, at least because of Corona problem, people are at least they're worried about their own health. So they are taking care of wearing a mask, wearing a gloves and not touching everything. So that will definitely indirectly will help in improving the personal hygiene and sanitation and other things. But one thing I feel, we are talking of, in the general, what's the thing? All lockdown, so many things are still not happening, still not improving. Who has survived? Those who has got a good immunity. Okay, so immunity is a major factor for us. So by consuming a good quality, highly nutritious, highly valuable food like fish, definitely we can improve our immunity. What do you say? See, those who are weaker section, like those are anemic, who are undernourished, who are malnourished, those who are aged, those who are not taking proper balanced food, they are weak. Those who are actually very healthy, they have survived. Not that you are negative. Okay, maybe you have something if you go and test, but why it is not affected to you? Because your immune system is strong. So somewhere down the line, we should be promoting fish as a healthy diet. We should promote and give
that is so,
quality and
sir.
safe fish so that we develop immune system, we improve our immune system. And so we are all this today corona will come, tomorrow something else will come. Some other mutation will come.
Yeah, that is so, but it is affecting in exporting of the product is concerned.
But I'll tell you, Dr. Shankar was also telling no. I think there have been a lot of advisories have issued that it is not transferred into the fish. I think Dr. Shankar is there. He will again add. Many advisories were given that fish will not have this. Okay, it is safe to eat. Okay, it is only coming through some other way. It is not definitely going to help you. Only thing, industry, the labor. Okay, now what has happened? I'll tell you, labor has migrated. So the industry will suffer for some time, definitely, because the raw material, fishing, if you are talking of social distancing, that's all going to be affected, I'll tell you, because 10 people going for fishing, now 5 people have to go. And your staggered boats are sent. In Kerala, at least what I'm saying, only few boats are sent. And in each boat, few people only are going. Okay. And the demand from other countries also has come down. Definitely, it is having a effect on the seafood industry, export. But it will get over after some time because people will need fish. Okay. The demand for fish will be there. People will continue to depend on your fish. Okay. When you are knowing that fish is the most sought after thing, things will change. Maybe it is all a temporary phenomenon according to me. You can't stop eating, no? Food is required.
Is it so?
Okay. And especially fish, when I
Yes.
say it is a medicine, it is required. So it is only temporary.
Yeah.
Industry has to, I think, wait for some time. Maybe little changes has to be, adopted to that. You have to demonstrate that you are taking, ensuring everything that, how the export EU approved plants did. You demonstrated that you are following all that hygiene practices. Now, maybe temporarily, all your importing countries have stopped this, but they will lift this. It is only a matter of time. Things will change. And maybe this is positive. You see the positivity. This will definitely change the way we look at fish, how we change ourselves, our sanitation hygiene, personal hygiene, all that will change. So let us see that way as a positivity.
All right, sir.
Maybe Murthy wants to say something.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Murthy, unmute and tell.
Yeah, just to add one point to what Ravi Shankar sir told, as Bharat raised. See, export may affect. That's what sir told. It may be only a small duration, maybe another 1 month or 2 months, because European market is totally crashed now. Okay, so now China is bargaining for all the things. Whatever we try to sell it for China, they're bargaining. US market is only for the high-end product like IQF and cooked product. Okay, Middle East is not that much because all Europeans used to come for the Middle East as a tourist. Now Middle East is not in good position to purchase the material. So maybe another 2-3 months it will take. Maybe September onwards, the Diwali onwards, I think things may get settled down. I think everything will be all right. Yeah, definitely. One last 3-4 months, next 2-3 months, there will be some loss for the exporters also. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Surasma, domestic market is a huge potential. We are not tapping. Okay, so that we must also. Now
Sir,
this is the time we should diverse into domestic market.
Sir, in that regard, only one of our students want to ask you something. Please spare for a few more minutes with us. Hello, Dr. Ravi Shankar sir. Hello.
Yeah, I am audible.
Okay.
I'm audible. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay.
One of our students want to ask is Vishal Luhar. He wants to ask. in the present scenario, the domestic market of the ready-to-eat fish products is not developed and there is no demand. So what could be the status of the domestic market of the ready-to-eat fish in the future, and what will be the growth in the ready-to-eat fish in the domestic market for next 5 years?
Okay. Anyway, I may not be able to give you any figures on that, but definitely, convenience is going to come in a big way. People are all, working class. People have no time to bring fish, cut it, and ready to the table. We will be more depending on ready to cook, ready to fry, ready to eat products. Definitely, that is going to be the order of the day in future. Only now, little apprehension, still people have is they think processed products have some of the additives, some of the contaminants. They're adding something. When I say the retort pouch product, can kept at 3 years, nobody will believe you. I'm telling you, even now, educated people will question you. That's what is our experience. How can you keep for 3 years in ambient temperature? Definitely, you are adding some chemical, they say. They fail to understand it is simple application of heat. You are able to extend to that shelf life. Okay. People think that you are added something, you have coated something. So still that apprehension is there. So probably we will have to educate people. We have to demonstrate that it is safe to eat. Okay. And it is shelf stable. And what is going to happen again? You see COVID. Everybody wanted fish, but nothing was available. If you had an option of ready to eat, definitely you can sit at home and order from the online and take it. The way you have some of the other products, cereal based and other products. So I feel there is a huge potential in the domestic market, both for not only for ready to eat, ready to cook, because if we are able to extend some more life, then what happens, I'll tell you, when you produce it, if you give only 1 week shelf life, the supermarkets are not willing to take it because the shelf life is very minimum. By the time the production site, it goes to the a distributor, it gets into the retail chain, already 3-4 days has gone. It is not like milk, it is sold the same day. So this has to be kept on the shelf. And one more impediment, I'll tell you, when you're keeping in the shelf, they're asking margin, 30% margin in the supermarket. Okay. Now, whether a small entrepreneur can give 30% margin to that, whether he is making that much money, it is not possible. Because when you talk of a convenient product, you're adding value by way of increasing cost in packaging, the increasing the technology. Okay. So the cost is definitely going to go up. And then added that 30%, and he will not give you money. He will say only after sales only I'll give you the money. That's what I'm telling you, my experience with some of the entrepreneurs who are developing this convenient product and going to the supermarkets. When they go to Big Bazaar, he will say you 30-40% of the shelf margin, and he will not pay you. Whereas this entrepreneur has no funds to, revolving money is not there for him to do again production. So somewhere government has to give some more sops to these people. Okay. Maybe some more, the initial capital, seed capital. One more thing I would like to add. MSME is being given a lot of, impetus during the present this thing. So MSME is what for? All these micro, medium, and small enterprise. So that's where I think these entrepreneurs have to be promoted by giving some, seed capital for them to survive, and also help them in promoting them through online and other marketing. Okay. I think somewhere that has to be done. I personally feel with my experience of 30 years, these shelf stable, ready to cook, ready to products are going to be the future. Definitely. You go to any Western country, maybe initially they were also selling fresh fish as such. Now you see, you don't get any fresh fish there. It will come. People are becoming more nuclear families. People have no time. People have money to buy this. Only thing, little more education and awareness has to come into people. It has got a food potential, I feel.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Another question from Kiran Kumar Baraya. According to you, what is the solution for the local value chain management of seafood in India? What about supply chain integration with information technology like blockchain technology? Is there any attempt made in India so far with seafood?
I think something is going on. Actually, recently, I don't know, many of you have attended the seafood show. Okay. In Cochin, there was a seafood show organized by Empeda and Exporters Association. Okay. There, somebody was talking, I think from Norway, somebody was talking of this blockchain technology. Okay. Some things are going on. It is all in a very primitive stage. Okay. But value chain, we have been talking for a couple of years now, improving value chain and all that. But first of all, I'll tell you, we must improve our infrastructure. Okay, we must improve the basic things like landing centers, the fishing boats, people who are handling fish, and some more facility for, as you told, no, some fish somebody was selling, no, they're catching, they're selling, but the which is not sold, there's no facility to store them. Okay, we need some, integrated facility for storage of this raw material which is not sold, or somewhere in the landing center, some, maybe cooperatives we have to make, and create some facility like that. Otherwise, you will not be, because it is highly perishable. Unless you develop all this cold chain and infrastructure facility, we are not going to improve the marketing of these products in the long run. So I think basic infrastructure, it is happening only, it is established in a export industry. But in domestic market, you go to even any market, there's nothing. There's no waste disposal. There's no potable water. There is no proper hygiene at all. You go to some of the markets, you see, you cannot enter the market. But still people want fish. I'll tell you, there is still demand for fish. You go to Delhi, you cannot get into the Ghaziabad market. But so many people are asking for fish. There is a huge potential. But somewhere these things have to be integrated and improve the sanitation, hygiene, and cold chain and other facility. Maybe
Sir,
anybody would like to add something on blockchain. I am not very.
Sir,
I heard about it. Some things are going on. Okay.
Sir, one more question, if you allow.
Okay.
It is from Miss Jerusha. She's asking, I think we are trying to market Western style processed food to the Indian consumer. I tried introducing surimi based crab legs to a variety of people in college, but none liked the texture. I think we are focusing on other people's food instead of Indian consumer preferences.
No, I'll tell you, what we are talking is the technology. I'll tell you, what we are talking is only a technology which can be, where we can extend the shelf life. But it is not like grains where you can keep it anywhere, nothing will happen. Okay. Fish is a highly perishable and a very complex food product. You cannot compare this with any other food product. Okay. That is the first thing. Then again, accepting something which we are not used to, I agree. When we were studying the college, sausages, you give it to sausage, nobody will touch, I'll tell you. Because that was something exotic. Nobody had any taste for that. I agree. I told you during my presentation also, the fish curry, what you make at home today, what it is processed and kept in a pouch or a can, definitely the taste is different. If you are comparing that with that, definitely you will never eat the processed food. But what we are talking is the convenience, availability, reachability. That's what we are trying to, somewhere we have to draw a line in between these two. And we are also advocating not just some Western product, I'll tell you. Lot of traditional products which are very, very useful, very, very good, very, very popular, but they have limited shelf life. So what I'm trying to tell you is, introduce a technology, retain all that traditional flavor, texture, everything, but ensure that it is kept for some more time so that people in the interior get it. That's what we are trying to tell. I'm only trying to tell a technology advantages. But each product may require a different technology, a different packaging, a different process that we have to optimize. If you talk of Kerala, the fish curry, local fish curry, or you talk of any specialty like, Goan, Goa, they have a fish curry. Maybe Balange will tell you, Goa or Maharashtra. They use a seed called Teflam, okay, in mackerel curry. I don't know, Balange will nod at least. Teflam, it is a small seed. They use kukum something.
Kokum like.
Kukum, okay. And also it's called Teflam. There is a small seed. That is typically it is used for mackerel. Okay. Now, if I'm introducing that as a curry for Sean, we can also introduce that. You see, don't change the whole. I'm not telling that you should change it to make it a bland product like Western. No. What we are telling is that same traditional product, mas meal. See, mas meal is a local traditional product of Lakshadweep. If we can make it into, shavings and chips, and pack it into a nice packaging material and keep it for long storage, people will take it. Use it as a garnishing, use it for a chutney. So what I'm trying to tell, I would advocate a minimal processing technology and improve the keeping storage of a traditional product so that people will like it. Mughlai curry, people will like Mughlai style of curry. So prepare fish in Mughlai style, put it in a can or a pouch. See that the taste and its flavor is retained. All the technology is only modification. It is not that we are trying to, I don't think, I don't fully agree with her. But again, it is the, it is a choice of a customer, I'll tell you. Each one has his own, because again, it's subjective. Okay. But one thing I want to tell Joshila or whoever it is, technology is there for us to modify, refine, and optimize for any product, depending on what you need. Okay. If you want to eat the same traditional product, you have a limited shelf life, but how you will reach it to the interior? So that's where the technology, packaging, processing will come into play. Okay,
okay sir. And final question. Now, no more questions because you already have dedicated so much of your time, sir. That is another question from our student, college student. Sir, how can CIFT help the young entrepreneurs who are planning to start their business, and how can government help the young entrepreneurs in this sector?
Okay, I think I told you already. I discussed briefly. No, I told you. See, one is any entrepreneur interested, we will handhold him. Okay, no problem. Any of, see, one is either the technology which has been already perfected, or he has got an idea, we can work with him, or he has got an exclusive thing which we want CFT to work, or he has got some of his own, like a product which is exclusive to him. We will see that it is taken along and protect his interest. So whoever is interested, ask them to be in touch with me or with my colleagues, because Jai is there in Daraval. Okay. So you can contact any of our people. We help them in giving the technology and all the support system, which I mentioned in the last slides of my presentation. And ask him to, if any of them are interested, ask them to join for the next session, where I'm going to talk more about what are the schemes available for startups, what are the Government of India initiatives for the entrepreneurs which are available to him. Okay. And as a business incubation facility, we will provide him all the help. No problem. I mean, again, I can't go on repeating the same, but a package we can give him. No issue.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. Thank you so much, sir. There are many more questions that, if you allow, I will send you through email.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please. Okay, no problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. You have provided us your precious time, sir. So much of your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be taking part in this, and I must thank all of you, and I must thank everyone who listened to me. Again, I told you nobody can be a perfect in anything, so I just try to share whatever little we have experienced in my journey. And as an institution, I'll promise you, on behalf of me and the CIFE, okay, because two of my colleagues are there from CIFT, because it is a ICR. Okay? So we will be there to provide anything, okay? And we want people to, it's not that knowledge I told you, simply kept with us, there has no value. So, and anything is not also ready to adopt. It has to be refined. So we are there to help you. So you can coordinate as a college, whatever support is required. So we are there to help you. Okay. So I would again thank Dr. Desai Sahab for this opportunity. And it is nice to see many people, all our Veraval colleagues. It's always a pleasure to see all of you. And I must compliment you, Sajid, for coordinating this very, very efficiently. We have been taking part in many meetings, a lot of audio problem, video problems, so many things, but I have not noticed anything here. So I must compliment you. And one more thing I would like to tell you. He has been following it up with me continuously, and really I compliment you. So, and it is a good platform, sharing all ideas. That's what we can do with the background of COVID. We can't travel. So it's a pleasure to meet all of you. And thank you for the opportunity.
Most welcome, sir. Thank you so much. Before finally getting comments from Dr. Desai, sir, I would like to thank you once again on behalf of entire organization committee, our college, our university, our IT cell, JU, who are really wonderful people. I mean, belonging to this group of information technology. They have really helped us in setting up of these internet connections and connectivity, sorting out in connectivity issues and all. At the same time, I'm really sorry to all the panelists and all the dignitaries, especially repeating of my emails. Yesterday, there was a very big technical glitch, and because of that, so many emails you would have received regarding cancellation and all. That was actually, I even was not aware like this is how it happens. But thank you very much for cooperating with me and understanding my position. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. And I again would like to invite you to join for tomorrow's session as well. Every one of you, including Dr. Ravi Shankar, sir. And
I
Shankar.
will not be able to join because I have the budget meetings going on. And also, I'm happy to see my colleagues, which I have not seen them for a long time, Murthy and Ja.
All right, sir.
Now we don't meet anybody. So at least through the digital platform, I'm able to see Balhange, all these people. It's nice. Okay. I'll not be able to join tomorrow, but I'll try. Okay. Thank you so much.
Sir, okay, it's fine, sir. If it is possible, please join us for valedictory session, if it is possible for you, sir. All right, sir. Dr. Desai, sir, over to you.
Thank you very much to both the speakers. They have given a very elaborate, very detailed, as well as very digest period. And even they have been in interaction with the panelists as well as the students and the faculty, wherever they have asked the questions. Dr. Ravi Shankar is associated with us by heart, and we are still experiencing his attachment through our faculty as well as the students. Dr. Shankar also, I met him several times during the Dean's meeting, and I'm thankful to Dr. Shankar also that he has also given a very detailed explanation. And as Dr. Ravi Shankar has told, that without interruption, the sessions has been handled by Sajid. But for that, as Sajid has told, I must thank our Director of Information and Technology and his team of our Junagadh Agricultural University, that without any interruption, we could be able to establish these connections and these deliberations. Again, thank you very much, both the speakers, on behalf of faculty as well as on behalf of my university. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, everyone. All the dear participants and respected dignitaries. I will again share a common link for tomorrow's program. And I hope there won't be any more glitches. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.